Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Dubois Podcast. We are the boys. Good to be at this table again. Good to see everybody again. As you guys can see, our lovely co-hosts have returned once again from the afterlife. Now, guys, we got to be careful, okay? The Dubois budget. I talked to our advisor.
We're in debt.
Yeah, we're in the red. So,
sorry, guys.
Yeah, my bad for dying twice.
That's
on me. That's on me.
We've done too many of these trips, and
Stop
honestly,
playing the street, bro.
The first one was the cat. It wasn't even the shit.
even beyond the monetary burden, I don't think Raymond is very pleased that we keep showing up, despite giving him business.
Yeah.
He seems like a poor business owner. I don't
If you would just show us the trick, we could just do it ourselves.
That's
That's
true. We
also
could
true.
just make one ourselves. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Well, glad you guys are back. Did anybody have anything they want to talk about as far as their weeks go?
I was gonna say before we started, but I'm like, wait, I gotta actually save it. I started watching Avatar.
Okay.
Last
Okay.
Airbender, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Live action or
No,
the
the OG. My mom
Oh,
started
yeah.
watching the live action. I'm like, it seems aight, but like, it's not really hitting the way
Yes,
I feel
sir.
like it could hit.
Mhm.
Because you
So
know.
I'm like, you know what? I'll watch it.
Yeah.
So I've been watching it.
How
I'm
far
like
are you?
Halfway through the first season, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what you think so far?
It was pretty cool, you know. Definitely entertaining. you know.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
W.
Any favorite characters or moments or anything that sticks out to you?
Not
Aang.
I mean, Aang is cool, you know, especially when he does the fucking like air scooter thing that he likes to
True.
flex on
Yeah.
everybody with.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty
He
cool.
created that move.
Yeah.
True.
Wasn't that his 100th move? Like, what got him to be a master?
Well, so I
Or
think
99th?
to become a master, you just have to like create an airbending
Okay.
technique, and that was
I thought it was like 100. Maybe
I don't know. I could be misremembering, but let me know in the comments, I guess. Nicely,
Practice.
preferably. But if not,
True.
hey,
Yeah.
whatever.
Definitely.
But nice,
Yeah,
nice.
it's
Glad
cool.
you're finally on it. And then once you're done with that, you can move on to Korra.
Yes,
And-
sir.
True.
Sure.
I've seen some of Korra because I watched a little bit of it when I was younger, but only like episodes here and there. So like
Yeah.
I don't remember half the shit that happened
Yeah,
in it.
Fair enough.
All I remember is that there was blood benders and fucking steel benders or some shit
Yes,
like
sir.
that. Metal
Yeah.
benders.
Metal
Yeah.
benders, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heat.
Other than that, I don't remember anything else.
Korra makes earthbenders 10 times better. I'm just saying.
True.
Nice.
Facts.
I'm a steel bender.
No, you're not.
Bend your body with this steel.
So why don't you be a
Yeah.
body bender at that point?
Shut the hell
Or a
up.
bloodbender.
Or a bloodbender?
I'm
yeah,
both.
actually. Oh, okay. Alex, you got anything?
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I'm gonna elect to go last because there is something I want to talk about, and it might be lengthy. So
I was dead all
yo.
week, but in my time of being dead, I observed the city of New York
Nice.
as a spirit.
Yep.
And can I just say
What a place to
something?
go.
For all of y'all that cut people off,
Ooh,
don't know how to drive in your
Ooh.
own city,
talk about it.
Yeah.
live in that city, and
Yup.
have a car,
Yup.
pay plus.
It'd be wild.
Talk about it.
I hate you all.
Damn. I get it
when
though.
we went on vacation to New York City, we didn't use the car the entire time because like we ain't playing around with that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not
no,
worth
it's
it.
so congested and it's
for
not
like no reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
But it's congested because they make it congested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all just drove
Yeah.
the correct way, we would all get to where we got to go
Yeah.
Yeah.
at a good time.
Yeah.
But you don't because you got to cut people off.
Nah,
For
they
no
in a
reason.
rush. Everyone in a rush.
I said to her yesterday, I know why a lot of disaster movies take place in New York.
True.
And they should.
'Cause it's a
Talk about it.
disaster.
Rant
They need to
over.
finish the job. That's what they need to do.
Gotta Stop preparing.
Yeah, I enjoyed the afterlife. I had spent some good
Nice.
time observing family, and
Nice.
yeah, it was
Nice.
good. It was good. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back alive. Not looking forward to going back to work, but I guess it is what it is, you know?
You work and then you die and then you come back to life. and
True.
you work again.
Exactly. That's honestly how it is.
Just how
Reincarnation is
life
a real
goes.
thing. That's basically how it works.
Pretty
You die just to come back and work again.
Hit it.
Mhm. But yeah.
One of my things that I want to talk about today, not today for like the episode, just for my personal week stuff. This one is less important, so I'll do this one first. I listened to Eminem's new album.
Oh, I still
Still
got to
have
do
to.
that. low-key.
Now, for the record,
Oh.
I have tried to be an Eminem defender for years.
Oh.
Tried.
Despite not enjoying a whole bunch of his projects. Like my favorite of his is Recovery. That's probably the last one I really enjoyed, like front to back. The Marshall Mathers LP 2 was pretty good too, but there was some stuff on there I wasn't a huge fan of. And that was when he like had like his like kind of style switch that I'm still not so much of a fan of. And he's had songs here and there that I've liked, yada yada. But I listened to the new album, and I think overall I give it a 6.5.
Okay.
Not
It's not bad. You know. Here's the thing though. Eminem he doesn't care, so it's probably not a risk for him.
Yeah.
It's a risk for Eminem defenders for sure, because the front half of the front half of the album is essentially like a return to Slim Shady, right? So
though I like
the style of the songs are very much old school Eminem. His vocal like affectation is very much old school Eminem, which is good. But the problem that I have is the subjects of the song are very much what like a lot of freakazoids out there want Eminem to be today, like disparaging like disabled people and fat people and trans people. That's like what like the front half of the album is. When I was listening to it, I was like, what the fuck? I did not see this. What the fuck? This is very strange. And you know, the way that I was describing it in my head was, you guys know that TikTok of that lady, the whole like Gen Z's trying to cancel Eminem.
Yeah.
It was like he saw that video and then like took it seriously and was like, they're trying to cancel me? Cancel me then. But then you get to like the halfway point in the album with the song Guilty Conscience 2, which is pretty good. And it's essentially a battle between like Marshall Mathers and Slim Shady, where Eminem himself is basically saying like, you're saying all this shit because you want to get in trouble. You're saying all this shit to like lash out when it's dumb and unimportant. And like, you know, I think it's kind of him kind of like responding to some of the trauma that he faced as a kid. And he's saying that instead of like growing from that and learning from it, instead you're taking that trauma and then putting it onto other people.
So he's projecting his own like traumas onto others.
Exactly. That's what he's saying, that like Slim Shady is and what Slim Shady is doing and was doing in the past, and how that's kind of like dumb and not what to do now. And I was like, okay, I get it. And then I saw like on like Twitter or Facebook or something that he said that it's like a conceptual album. Yeah. So if you listen to it out of order, it doesn't really make sense. And then I was like, okay, I think I get it now. And then from that point on, he swaps back to kind of his new style. And I kind of prefer a lot of the songs on that end anyway. I think the second half of the album is a little bit better. There's one song he makes. I'm saying is Eminem should just make songs about his daughters just all the time, because they're always fire. It's called Temporary, I believe.
He's got love for his daughter. Just put out bangers every time.
Yeah, it's basically a song that like he, at least in the song, the premise is that like he made this like for when he dies. So like for his daughter to listen to get better and learn to like let go of him, and that she's good and all this. It's very nice. I'd recommend listening to it, but it's not permanent music recommendation. Anyways,
check yourself.
So the second half of the album is like a response to the first half in a sense, more or less, just about like the whole like cancel culture and PC police and blah blah blah. But it's very risky doing that first half of the album, because I know I've seen it on TikTok already. There's a bunch of people who listen to that first half and just check out because that's what they think the album is about. So yeah, that was an experience. Like I said, 6.5 I think for me. I think I like it more than maybe some of his other recent stuff, but you know, it's still okay.
Okay.
Sounds like a good concept though, because it feels like what he's doing is he's like creating these two pieces of himself, like Slim Shady and Marshall Mathers, and they're almost at war within himself, and he's like writing it out. So I like the concept
I like that
of it.
concept. It's really cool. It's just
I
the
think
problem
that is what would make me want to listen to it.
It is a risky move.
Yeah, his
but
music can do it.
that's Eminem for you, one. But also, I just hope that with him ending the second album with like, you know, combating against what Slim Shady is, I hope that means that like, one, he doesn't believe the things that he used to say, and that he is a changed person. Because obviously, if he does all this, and then like 5 years, 10 years, he comes out on some crazy shit, then what was the whole point of it? You know?
It seems like the transition in the album is like who he was to who he is now, or who he's trying to be now. Because I feel like people are still trying to paint him as who he was, and they're not gonna accept him as to who he wants to be, even though he's trying to change himself. Like I can just imagine some of the stuff he says in the album, because like he can go crazy. It's like I don't even know personally if I would be able to sit and listen to that, but like I do think that it is quite interesting to see like what career path he's going to go down now, because when he came back out, I remember everybody was like, oh, Slim Shady, like all his old music started replaying, and it's like he's known for that, and it's like people just don't want to let that go. So
I think he needs to retire.
Yeah, I
This
think
should be a retirement album.
it seems like this is like his transition now. So hopefully, like now that this album's out, this is gonna be who he is now, and then maybe he's done. Maybe he'll just do like more producer stuff for other things. But it is gonna be interesting.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
The problem with Eminem is that forgot like the last 2 albums he made when I was still in college. So like probably like between 2016 and 2020, I believe, they didn't do well.
Yeah.
Well, the first one didn't do well. It was bad. I didn't mind the album too much, but whatever. That's not the point. Basically, like he complained about it, and like the next album he dropped was him like kind of talking shit about everyone that didn't like the album.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which once again, a kind of a risky move to take as an artist is to be like, oh, you don't like my music? Now I'm gonna just drop an album just talking shit about y'all not liking my music. So I feel like that's probably why he even came out with this album after all this time. But the problem is, like you said, the first half being that way, you're going to have people being like, he's saying all these things, let's cancel him. But you're also going to have people, I'm not going to say which political side, also being like, he's with us, he agrees. And he agrees and he's on our side, when like they're also not listening to the full album to understand like that.
I saw comments like on like his Facebook posts and stuff like that. People like, oh my God, Slim Shady's back. Oh, he's so epic and based. Oh my God, he's just like me for real. Transphobic and a loser. Yeah.
And it's just, that's the problem, is you're gonna have people that are doing that. So and that's also gonna continue to fuel the whole first half of the album, and everyone's gonna forget the second half.
Exactly. Yeah.
No one cares about that because it's not drawing any like big things.
Because I almost stopped listening to it like myself, and like I said, I was an Eminem defender, so like I almost stopped listening to it because I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, you're really like pandering to like these like freakazoid weirdos on the internet. Like, hey, do what you want to do, I guess. But yeah, it's it certainly gets better. So
I'll have to give it a listen, because I've loved Eminem's music, but when I hear it nowadays, I'm like,
I grew up on it. My mom used to play Eminem's music all the time when I was a kid. Like, she loved his music, so like I grew up on all his old music. So I'm like, I know all the albums, I know everything. So it's like to see like recently, especially his transition when he came out with his music when he was in 2016 and stuff. I was like, wow, this isn't Eminem anymore. Like I am fine with that. Like, he made his music, that was his career then. Like, of course he wants to change, but it's interesting. It's always interesting to see like artists and their transition through music and like how they do, because like you're talking about subjects that really are like tough topics. Like these aren't just like, oh haha, like funny kiki conversations. Like, you're really going in, and like you gotta, people are gonna take it how they take it, and it's definitely gonna cause some issues.
Yeah, and like those types of subject matters aren't necessarily like beyond critique or anything like that, but it all depends on like your execution, how you go about it, and like what you fuel when it comes to the conversation of it. Because it's like if you're adding fire to like the people who are disparaging them simply because they disagree with no actual like basis or foundation to why they disagree, it's just like it's just not what I feel, like that kind of thing. That's probably not very good, but also enabling the side that maybe like goes a little bit too hard as far as certain things are concerned, that can also be dangerous.
You don't ever want to be on like either extreme. You want to, it's always about the way that you converse about it. Like if you can sit down and have a good conversation about it, then that's wonderful, whether it be you believe it or you don't believe it. But then when you start getting into that, like, I'm right and you need to see why I'm right and you are incorrect because you don't see it how I see it, then that's when it's like, okay, like, no thank you.
Wise words of logic, everybody people.
Facts.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Except, well, what she said applies to everything except for things said on this podcast. Yeah. Because things said on this podcast are the divine truth.
True and factual.
Yes. So, as we've stated many times before. Second thing I wanted to get into, and this one is a little bit more serious. By the time, this is a special Stay Blessed segment.
Oh goodness.
By the time this comes out, since we record a couple weeks in advance, this isn't even going to be a thing anymore, so it's not even really going to be relevant. But this week there was a controversy with a certain streamer's past. The Lovable Sketch.
Yep.
Someone revealed that he had a past doing OnlyFans, and he was a gay content creator on OnlyFans. And this person exposed him, did all this and that. Sketch, he responded in the way that he did. He owned up to it. Not that there's anything to like own up to, because there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what
his response. Top tier.
Yeah.
I have literally seen so many people just like stitching and duetting his response. Like it honestly, the way that he handled it, top tier. Like you could not have done any better than that. Like that. I wouldn't have been able to respond that way. If that was me, I don't even know what I would have done. Like I salute him 1,000%. Be like, yeah, I did it. So what? Like, it is what it is.
And also, like him being jokey, like him literally like starting the segment with like elephant in the room.
Yeah.
I did get a haircut, and it's like, all right, dude, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then he did I did not have sexual relations with that man. Yes, I did.
Like,
yes, I did. Maybe cat's out of the bag. So Sketch, good for him. He had good people around him to kind of help him get through it, and that's awesome.
Was he already like out, or did he also get like?
No, he outed.
He got
outed essentially.
Yeah. So basically, what happened is some YouTuber, I don't know, I forgot the guy's name, found it.
Pocketbook something.
Yeah, it was Pocketbook, and he posted like a thing talking about it. And what pisses me off is that he said,
"Hold on, wait, I'm gonna get in this part of my segment."
Okay, I'll leave it then.
Yeah. So this Pocketbook person, he exposed Sketch. Everybody on the internet reacted to it. Everybody started calling Sketch all sorts of names, tried to make it seem like he was hiding this part of himself, like he was a bad person for doing this. People like acted like he was like betraying him or betraying like his fans and all this nonsense. You would think he like murdered people or
committed a crime.
Like he committed
but that's
an
the problem
crime.
with parasocial relationships is that people really think that you owe them something.
Yeah, and it's insane. But like Kalvin was saying, this guy, Pocketbook something or other,
loser.
Yeah, lame-o.
He made an expose on Sketch, and when he did this, he explained why he did this, and he was talking about how like in journalism school you have to get stories when they're hot, when they're relevant, and about relevant people, and so on and so forth. And after all of his explanations, he basically just said that he essentially did it for clout in the journalism world.
You're a loser.
And so that being said, part of my special Stay Blessed segment is that this Pocketbook person, you're a piece of garbage for doing that. You're selfish. You have no morals.
Karma gonna get your ass.
I think I don't think you're beyond redemption as a person, but if this is how you are, this is how you operate, and you don't care about the feelings of others, you really need to reevaluate yourself. You need to figure out kind of what's going on. You need to do things that are helpful to people and not harmful, like this, all for the sake of clout and journalism, because this isn't how you get it done. So that being said, this goes beyond a regular Stay Blessed, and I'm just gonna say, fuck you, buddy. All right. And
from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes. If you get better, congratulations. I think he did put out some sort of apology or something like that.
It doesn't count though, because in his video he literally said also like, oh well, nowadays like it's coming out is not as big of a deal.
It's like
that's not an excuse for you to just do that.
And also,
it's not.
It's still like
people are still closeted.
Exactly.
Right. At the end of the day, his intention was to get clout off of someone else. So
exactly.
Your intention is all that matters. Whether you say you're sorry, whether you say I didn't want to hurt him, it doesn't fucking matter, because your intention was to get clout off of him. You were like, I don't care what happens to him. I don't care how I expose him or how he wants to put exposing him. I don't care. I don't care what happens to him in the end. I don't care the consequences to Sketch's life now that this is out. He didn't give a shit. And now he has to live with that. And you did it to get clout in journalism. Oh wow, whoop-de-doo. In a year, nobody's gonna remember who you are. You're gonna be the dick that fucking outed Sketch and did all this stuff to him. And you know what? He's gonna be out here. He's gonna be making money. He's gonna be even more popular than he was before, and he's gonna be doing way better than you, because karma's gonna get your ass. Not you, but you. Karma's gonna get your ass.
Not you, the audience, but
right. Yeah. Whoever the hell you are, like, you're so lame. Your fucking name is Pocketbook. Like, get a life.
Also, for all the streamers that were like talking shit about it and making it like a bigger deal than it is,
you're
fuck you,
too.
Especially you, Sneeko. You're a loser, lame-o.
Facts.
Whoa, let me stop. That's so bad.
For you.
Gotta put the bleep on me.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, and in this like thing, like Sketch, like contemplated like taking his own life, like in this scenario. So it's like you have to be so like just cut off of like the internet and how people interact with each other to think that putting something out like this wasn't going to be insanely harmful
has no
to somebody.
empathy.
Yeah,
that's what it is. He doesn't care. That's really like that's what it comes off as. He did not care as long as it benefited him. And the type of person that is, like if that's who you are as a person, like you'll see what life has for you. It's not going to be fun. Like that's just,
yeah.
That's on you.
Anyways, I think that's enough negativity for one day. All of you folks that are part of this, stay blessed, fuck you, all that stuff. Anyways, now that that's all done with and out of the way, this week's music recommendations. Back to some good positive stuff. And I totally didn't forget about this segment.
Don't worry about it.
Chance.
Yeah.
What is your music recommendation?
Went away this crazy. It is Crazy Woman by Cloudy June.
Okay.
That's it.
Would you like to talk about said song?
I looked at some of the lyrics and it is what I assumed it would be because it goes along with like her normal vibe. It's essentially like calling herself a crazy woman because
nice.
Guys have called her crazy woman before and like, all right, yeah, I am, and it's your fault. You make me crazy, that kind of thing. You're the one who's done this to me.
She spoke no lies.
I like her stuff.
Gang, speak your mind.
I'm just trying to remember. There's a song that like I know that's like basically what you just said like is one of the lyrics like you make me crazy.
Okay,
I'm trying to remember it, but I forget. What
I feel like there is another one that I've
probably
heard
a lot of
too,
songs.
but
That's also
true. I don't remember it either.
There's I think a Britney Spears one. You drive me crazy.
Okay.
That might be in a different sense though.
Maybe.
I think it's
Maybe a
baby one
I'm
more
more
time.
positive. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy in love.
You piss me off, so I get crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she said no lies.
Yeah.
But
hell yeah.
Definitely.
Mr. Alex.
It's me. My song this week is Orange Lampshade by Justin Nozuka. And it's an artist that like growing up my brother showed me as a kid. I was my guy for a long time. The like main album that I remember, it was mixed bag. Some of it was cool, some of it was nice, some of it was lovey-dovey, some of them were very sad. But yeah, so then I kind of fell off for a while, and then recently he dropped this song. And then I was like, you know what? Let me pick it back up. And it's good. It's cool. I don't know what he's talking about, but it's a very much like just like a cool, like, hey, close your eyes, listen to it. He's a vibe. You know what I mean? He's just singing. You know what I mean? But it's a good song. You should listen to it. I'm out of here.
bye-bye.
And that's the end of Alex for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody say bye.
See you later.
My music recommendation this week is "Runnin' Home to You" by Grant Gustin.
W.
This was
Flash?
Actually, yes.
He will be running.
This was in one of the musical episodes of The Flash.
Yes, sir.
All I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, CW. When you guys have musical episodes, just know I'm locked in. Okay.
Wasn't Glee on that channel too? I think.
Was it? It might have been.
I think it might have been,
maybe
but
at
I'm
one
not
point.
100% sure. But
I don't remember. But
yeah.
CW, just make musical stuff, and I think it'd be good.
Some people would beg to differ.
Yeah,
especially those Riverdale
all right,
episodes.
well, you know what? Those people need to just relax, okay? Yeah, these are just actors, okay? They're not all going to have perfect voices. And I'm going to be so real, I bet you can't even point out what's wrong with their voice. You're just saying shit that you heard other people say. So shut up and enjoy the music while it's here.
Wow, he's combative.
Anyways.
This episode.
Feisty.
I see
In the
people
mood.
talking about it, and they're like, what's his name? What's his, from Phantom of the Opera? What's Leonidas'
Gerard.
name? I almost said
No.
Gerard Way. Gerard Butler.
That's what I was going to say.
Gerard Butler's voice in
I
the
hate
Phantom
that.
of
It's like,
the
hey,
Opera is not good.
It's
And
like,
blah,
bro,
blah,
he
blah, blah,
was
blah. And it's
killing
like,
it,
you can't
man.
even point
Shut
out
up.
what about it isn't good. It sounds fine, and that's all that matters.
And same thing with Johnny Depp and Sweeney Todd. Leave him alone.
Shut up.
How about you get a contract, then come talk to me?
Shut up. Anyways, so it's about being in love with someone and always wanting to go home to see them and being in love and all that stuff.
Spoilers. Should have been Patty. Anyway.
Should have been Patty, but Anyways, I don't. It's yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it. My fault. My fault. I'm sorry.
Anyways, yeah, it's a good song. Stream Flash. Anyways,
Stream Flash.
Calvin,
That's how you end it.
Calvin, what's your music recommendation?
My music recommendation is Lithonia by Childish Gambino.
Nice.
This is a great song. I haven't listened to it too much, but as always, with the vocals, he's killing it. From what I can kind of remember and understand, I think it's also going to be based on the movie he's making, but basically whoever like Cody LeRae is like a famous person, and like I think the movie's about an apocalypse, and when an apocalypse happens, no one cares about who you are.
True.
It's just survival. So it's like, to me, it kind of sounds like he's coming to understand that now that things like this have happened, he's just a guy. He's not
just
what his name used to be or whatever. And I think that's also a cool, like, what's the word? Premise, yeah. And honestly, this song got me hyped for the whole album. I wish I could go see you in Boston or New York.
Okay.
Sure, tickets are super expensive.
Yeah,
So if you want to hook me up, please.
Get Dubois some backstage
Yeah.
passes.
Oh my god, I would die.
Dubois loves Childish Gambino.
We
Yes.
do. We really, really, really do. Peace.
It's like, yeah, sure.
He's cool.
Don't give him one. Give us one.
I don't like follow him, but like he's cool.
I gotta get all the Dubois in there.
He was cool in Spider-Man.
Damn.
Had like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
left.
look,
I like those 2 seconds.
That's funny.
I got a nephew around here. Anyway.
How about you? What's your music recommendation?
My music recommendation this week is Chakras by Queen Herbie.
Nice.
It's really good. It's like a really good like song. I like it. Kind of gives me like good energy vibes. It's saying that like we're not accepting any negativity. We're getting our life together. We're aligning our energy, and we're only accepting positivity and goodness. And I just like whenever I'm in a bad mood and I need something to like cheer me up, I like to listen to it, and it just makes me feel better. It's like, oh, I feel this new energy. I feel awakened. I feel like I can take on the world. So
Oh yeah.
Nice.
it's a part of the Bad Bitch
the
playlist.
song.
Okay.
The song ends. I said then the song ends and you can't take the world on anymore.
Yeah, true. Then it's like, my power.
No, you can't. Just listen to the rest of the album. It's okay. Just listen to like all her music on all her stuff.
There you go.
All platforms.
Yeah.
And also listen to us on all platforms.
Yeah, you can listen to our music recommendations every
It's like, we
week.
got music?
Right.
Man, well, they can get Blue Power.
There it is.
You can listen to it on our special playlist.
Dubois music recommendations.
There it is.
For the ASMR heads.
For the ASMR heads.
Okay.
Beat the candle song after that.
What?
Like the mustard beat after you did the whisper.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
Stream Dubois. Anyways.
Stream Dubois.
So yeah. This week we're going to be doing another little game. We're bringing back What Is Even
Okay, yo.
That?
Okay.
No, that wasn't Chidori.
That might have been, honestly.
I think
know,
like
I know when I was a young
couple,
I learned that
yeah.
one back in the day. So
Anyway.
he used to be doing like this shit.
Some
at one
nerd
point.
stuff.
And
It's all right.
Now they just
Yeah, now he don't even got to
totally
just,
shit
yeah.
out. Anyways,
I got this new scar that I like to touch sometimes. Just
Nice.
when I'm getting fidgety, you know what I mean? I just be
Scar buddy.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
what
There it is.
does touching it do for you?
just when I don't know, it's just I just
It's different, you know.
when like
something
whenever
new.
when I can't fidget, I just be like,
it's a new technique.
There's your what is even
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Exactly. Sorry,
So yeah, what is even that? To remind people of the rules real quick, I'm going to describe 5 things very poorly. You have until I start talking, until a minute after, to answer what that thing is. Just shout it out. Today's subject is anime protagonists.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
Natsu,
Fuck. I don't know these.
Got to wait until I suggest it.
but he is on there.
Anyways,
He's never on there.
number 1. Sorry. Pardon me. Sorry.
Is it
Is
Pardon
it after
me.
you stop talking?
After I stop talking, from when I start talking to after I'm done.
So basically,
Till a minute after I'm done, you can answer at any point in time.
you should
Tell us.
understand from the first
W.
because it's counting
Yes.
down after the first.
Copy.
Yes.
Sell less.
So
Naruto.
Bro.
hold on, let me do this in a way that
So.
I can.
He did start talking.
Let me do this in a way that I can do this. Okay, I'm going to do a lot of cutting
Ready.
this episode. Anyways. First one. A young boy achieves his childhood dream after finding a hair in his dinner.
A hair in
Deku? Midoriya?
Yes,
Izuku?
correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
Midoriya.
His dinner.
Also, these do go easy to hard.
Oh,
they actually?
In my opinion, they do. In my opinion, they
Did you
do.
do one for each of us this time?
No.
Okay, it's probably better to do it that way.
I was picking characters. An incel with an appetite for chips gains a god complex after he begins journaling a little too much.
Light Yagami.
Damn, you're on a roll. Light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
look at
quick.
Death
Take
Note.
a potato
you're-
chip and eat it.
He was
Yeah.
talking
I
shit
got it,
about him
yeah.
yesterday too.
Yeah.
With the Misa.
Oh, really?
No, you were.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I
yeah,
feel like
was
you saying incel kind of.
I said, light gotta be gay.
Yeah.
Ain't no way he has Misa throwing her.
Nah, low key.
Gotta be.
Which if he is,
Anyways.
it's okay.
Which if he is okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Except that he fumbled.
That he
True.
fumbled, yeah.
I don't think he considers it a fumble. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you know. So that's 2 points for Alex so far. We have 3 entries left. A former pyromaniac tries to find atonement by becoming a volunteer firefighter.
Fire
Fire Force.
Force.
Fuck.
Shinra.
Yeah.
Shinra. I can't remember his last name. I can't remember his last name.
There you go.
Oh.
You guys both want points? I can give you
No,
both
no,
a
I don't.
point for
You
that.
guys.
All right, so
You have
I'll give
enough.
it one Calvin. You got the whole
I'm
name.
so like I was
Yeah.
like
I
Fire
remember
Force,
this
forgetting that it's
one.
the protagonist, not the show.
Yeah, because I knew the show, but I couldn't think of
Yeah.
the name until you said like.
Yep.
Once things start coming out, I'm like, okay.
Shinra Kusakabe.
Kusakabe.
So that's
I'm
one for
never gonna
Calvin,
remember
2
that.
for
I'm
Alex.
never gonna remember that.
Next entry. After an accidental train ride, this Blockbuster employee reconnects with an old flame while reliving his glory days.
I have no
Blockbuster.
freaking.
Oh, damn it. Oh, what is his name?
If you could get one piece of his name, I'll
One
give you
piece.
that.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
Are we allowed to
Damn
have you
it,
read it
dude.
again? I forget.
I can read it again.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
It's just the clock's still going. After an accidental train ride, this Blockbuster employee reconnects with an old flame while reliving his glory days.
Can I say the proper? No. Damn it. What is his name?
Accidental train ride.
I know what it is. I just don't remember his name. It's been so long since
I'm
I've-
lost in
I'm
the
gonna be
sauce
so
right now.
annoyed if it's someone
been
that I
so-
know.
You
too.
definitely know
Yeah,
it.
you know
You
it,
definitely.
Yeah. This is gonna be a point for your boy, I think.
like a Demon Slayer thing, or
Nah.
I don't think I should be giving hints like that.
Damn it.
Ah,
I don't remember.
10 seconds
I don't
left.
remember. It's been
Yo,
so
what's it
long.
from, bro?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna give
crazy.
anybody else
Aren't we all a
points.
team?
No.
Oh, I thought it was us versus you.
No.
Yeah.
That's always the first
Every
time.
man for themselves. All
Yeah.
right. The
It
minute
was
is
Tokyo
up.
Revengers.
Yep,
Oh.
it is Takamichi Hanagaki.
I wasn't gonna get the
Oh.
Tokyo Revengers.
It's been so long since I've
Takamichi.
partaken.
I would have also accepted Takamichi or just
Takamichi.
Takamichi.
Damn
or,
it,
you know,
dude.
Takabichi I would have accepted too.
Takamichi.
There it is.
It's been so long since I got to get back in there.
Now, final entry. So right now it's
Yep.
2-1. So you could tie it up.
2-1-1.
That's true.
2-1-1.
That's
So
true.
either of us could tie it up.
That's
technically.
true. No, I'm locked in.
All right. Now this one is a bit of a throwback,
Okay.
but be careful. She wants me because I got that dog in me.
Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I don't know.
Correct.
She wants me because I got that dog in.
Naruto.
Incorrect.
You used that last time.
That's the throwback part, but that's not it.
Oh, the show is a throwback?
No,
The
the
hint.
quote is because I said that everyone hates me
Oh,
because I got that
that's-
dog in me thing.
okay.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it's a throwback
But
to
she
that.
wants me because there's a dog in me.
No, she wants.
Denji.
Damn it! I was
Denji
gonna say.
from Chainsaw
Well, because when you said
Man.
throwback,
I
I'm
was
like,
thinking
oh, it's gotta be an
older,
old
yeah,
anime.
low-key.
So when you said
Yeah.
that
You
was a
guys gotta be
throwback,
careful. I like to throw in little
Yeah.
loops
That's
and
crazy.
to mess you up a little bit.
because he was the first one that
had
came
it.
to mind.
I had
Oh,
it.
yeah?
Yeah, but then you said throwback, so I was
throwback
like,
thing,
it's
yeah,
got to be an
maybe
older.
not.
When you said Inuyasha, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But damn,
Well,
I was right there. I was on the tip of the tongue.
so that's
Hey,
been
yo.
another segment of What Is Even That? Calvin and Alex share winnership this episode.
We won the winner.
pick up one more right now, and then you tie it up.
I low key up. What the fuck?
All right.
The strongest man is very sad.
Strongest Man is very sad.
Is he like?
We dropping
Is he
quotes?
like
Is
that
that One
sad
Punch
though?
Man?
Oh,
I was
Saitama?
gonna say,
Yeah,
like,
Saitama.
is he like sad for real or?
Yeah,
I mean, he's sad that he can't like get a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too
But that was like his main characteristic. You know what I mean?
kind of.
Yeah, he's like
I mean, it
trying to
kinda
find
is.
like a purpose,
Yeah.
as it were. For
I
most
feel
of
that.
it. Yeah.
Anyway.
Hell yeah. So today we're going to be doing some Reddit stories about people and their children, whether it be stepchildren, biological children, adopted children, so on and so forth. We're going to start out with a fun one that's also somewhat topical with what we've been talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Fun guy.
And of course, this post has been removed.
Oh.
As per usual.
Wild
This
one.
time I screenshot it.
Hey, there it
we
is.
picked
The,
All
the
good.
really good ones.
Yeah, I
huh?
did, yeah. Am I the asshole? My son came out as gay, and I said, hell yeah, bud.
Okay.
Hello,
Weird
all.
start.
Hey, you know?
You know what? From that, what do we think?
I mean,
No.
no.
Not the asshole.
That's why I'm like,
High five.
you're not giving. It's not much to
Like,
go off.
I
of.
could understand if, like, you wanted a
It
deeper
feels like a bait.
conversation, but I mean, at least
Well,
the support,
yeah,
you know
I
what
guess.
I mean?
Well,
You know,
Yeah.
I guess it's true. If
Yeah.
they wanted more, you're just
Yeah.
like, oh,
This
yeah.
line
Yeah.
feels like a bait to give you
Yeah.
false confidence.
He's like, I
about
don't
them.
want to be gay.
Yeah. Like, he's like, I lied. It's like, damn, you got me.
Okay.
Oh.
It's
reading
not
it?
important. Yeah, I was reading like the reason for why it was taken down.
Oh,
but I don't
okay.
think it's really relevant. Anyways, hello all. I'm not sure what to do, but I think I messed up.
Oh.
Yesterday, my son, 15, asked my wife and I to talk, and
Okay.
it seemed like it was important. I wasn't sure
but
what
it
he.
Damn.
I wasn't sure what he wanted to say, but I'm a nervous person by nature and was anticipating the worst. My main concern was that he was going to say he wanted to join the military.
Oh, my bad.
That was
Based.
concern.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
Based.
Valid.
Understandable.
My mom's not a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, hoorah, just not you.
Yeah. Fair enough. I imagine my mom would probably do the same thing. Now, there's nothing wrong with serving in the armed forces. I did it myself.
No.
But I experienced a lot of traumatic things while in, and I just don't want that for my kids.
That's a good man.
Understandable.
Facts.
Facts.
So my first thought was that he was going to tell us that he decided to join the army or something, and the thought kind of panicked me. So, to get back to what actually happened, he had us come into his room and was looking really nervous. He took a deep breath and said, Mom, Dad, I just wanted to let you know that I'm gay. I hope this doesn't change anything about our relationship. Now, first off, I have no idea why he was worried. We're pretty progressive in our house, but it took him by
idiot.
surprise when I shouted, hell yeah, bud. Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Oh,
thank God.
Thank God it might be like.
Yeah.
Could come off wrong.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just being passionate, but it could come off
That's
wrong.
funny.
Yeah.
I immediately noticed he looked kind of weirded out, so I tried to salvage it by saying, go on with your bad self.
Oh, bro, that's
no,
hold on,
no,
hold on,
no.
that's kind of weird. Come on, that's kind of funny,
He's
bro.
one of
Come
those
on.
like
I
parents that they
respect it.
support you,
Yeah.
but it's also
Low-key.
kind of
It's
like
kinda
feels
cringy,
weird.
a little
Yeah,
annoying.
yeah.
Cringe.
And
That's funny.
offering a fist bump, he did not bump back.
All right, now the fist bump. The fist
Go on with your bad self.
He could probably
Bro.
down the
Thank
back.
God.
No.
He's hilarious, but just the timing is maybe a
Yeah.
little. That's
I
It's
feel
funny though because it's all out of being nervous.
But
That's the
he
only reason
should
why he's
have
doing that.
explained
Yeah.
that thank God wasn't in reference to him being gay. It was to him
Yeah,
not going
no.
into the military. Because then
yeah.
the kid
See,
would be
I
like,
myself didn't even
He's
put
like,
that together.
yeah, because in my
Yeah.
head, like it was like a relief, like thank God, like you're not going into the military,
Yeah,
like you're gay,
it's
great, like that's
nothing
way
like
better.
weird.
Yeah.
But like
So it
I
sounds
feel like
like,
the kid didn't
me,
take
thank
it that
God.
way because
Me
yeah.
better.
Weird.
Oh yeah.
My wife was much more collected than me, and she just said that of course we love him and this doesn't change anything, and we'd love to meet any future boyfriends, which I was quick to agree with. He hasn't
Yes.
been talking to me
Yes.
much today,
Damn.
and is giving me one-word answers when we
Indeed,
usually have
though.
really good conversations.
Damn.
How bad did I screw up his coming out?
I don't
Is there
know.
any way I can make it up to him?
I don't remember. Was this
Well,
like his
you haven't talked
biological
to them.
son, stepson?
I believe so, his biological
Okay.
son. So the
He
funny
needs to talk
thing
to his son.
is I am this man.
I was
I'm
gonna
totally,
say,
it's
well,
100% something that
100%.
I would do because I would have
High
in my head. I
Great
would-
job.
I would have in my
Great
head
job.
that it's going to be something way worse.
Yeah.
And then when they say that they're like gay or whatever, my actual response would be like, "Is that fucking it?" But I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, "Hell yeah, dude."
Yeah.
Thank God. And then I'd be like, "Oh wait, it's probably weird that I said thank God. Let me try to save it by
Yeah.
keeping
Yeah.
it jovial."
Yeah.
And then he says
That's what I
the thing
think
after,
it is.
"Go on with your bad self."
That's
So this guy
funny,
is
dude.
me. I
That's
totally
funny.
I would do Probably close to the
That's
same
so
thing. If
funny.
I'm being honest.
How old is the son? 15?
15.
Yeah, no. The dad just needs to talk to him and be like, "Hey, listen, like
Yeah.
I'm
bad.
sorry.
I was really
Like
concerned
I
about
thought that
something
you were
else.
gonna go into the military,
Thought
so
something
like that. Thank
else.
God was in
Yeah.
response to that.
Yeah,
like
I just-
I'm so sorry if I offended you. Like it's really, I feel like it's easy enough for
That's
them to
true.
have a
Yeah.
conversation and just
Yeah.
like explain that, because I feel like as the kid, once I hear that, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
not, oh, thank God you're gay. It's thank God you're not going into
Yeah.
the
I'm
military.
surprised this made it onto Reddit because like it's not that big a deal on
Well,
either
not
end.
for very
It's
long.
not. I
Yeah.
think it's more so just
They
like
took it down
the
immediately.
dad
Probably
was
feels
just
some
kind of
way.
like
Yeah.
confused. He's
Yeah.
like, where did I go wrong? You
Yeah.
know?
What it comes from is the dad probably feeling guilty, like he messed up
Yeah.
his son's like
Yeah.
coming out thing by
Yeah.
being too like weird.
It's been like a day. You haven't like thought, hey, maybe
Yeah.
I should have a
I
conversation with them
think-
before I start
No,
asking.
well,
Reddit
that's
for
the
my-
thing.
None of these
Well, I
people do.
think
They go
what
straight to
also
Reddit.
made it kind
It's
of
just
like.
I don't.
He said that he like tried talking to him and stuff, and
But
it's
his
just getting
son-
like
his
one
kinda-
word
Yeah,
responses.
I think
Yeah.
what
Well,
added salt
from
to
it-
the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, for it sounds like it didn't like he was like, hey, let's talk about what happened. It was just like he tried to have normal conversations,
Yeah.
and they were a lot shorter than usual.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not that he actually tried to address it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sounds like he didn't actually try and address it yet.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
probably.
still, you know.
You know,
He's
try
probably
to,
already
like,
got the
catch
weird
the
vibe.
vibe
He's like, I'm
first,
scared to
yeah.
bring it up.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah.
son, bro. Just
You're right,
talk
he
to
should.
him.
Yeah,
Right.
but
It's
sometimes like
not-
when there's something that might be like a little weird, especially when you're kind of the weirdo
Mhm.
culprit, it's
Yeah.
hard to like bring it back up because you're like, I don't
Yeah.
know if they
Yeah.
want to just keep it under the rug or if they want to act like it
that
didn't
never
happen.
solves anything.
Of course not, but no one
Yeah,
ever solves
but we're all
anything. You know what I
human,
mean?
and insecurity is a bitch.
I
so,
mean,
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it could also be that like the words that were said afterwards, like I know that you said the dad said like a few
Mhm.
things. It could be the tone in which they were said, because if he said them
Yeah.
with more of like you go girl, like that,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that could
That's
also
understandable.
be
You go
like,
on with your
and
bad
and it
stuff.
may have
Yeah.
All of
been
a
right, like
sudden-
you go on with your bad stuff, like
Yeah.
that's very different. Me saying it versus like Calvin saying it, like you go on with your bad stuff, you know, right? So I
Hey,
feel like that
bump it up.
also could may have like
Yeah.
rubbed a little salt in the
That's
wound
true.
a little
That's
bit
true.
after the
Low-key.
oh my god. Like I don't think the dad had ill intention. I
No.
think like
No.
it was just
No.
misguided, but
Yeah.
like I think that could be like where the son's like, oh, like my dad looks at me differently now and is gonna like,
Yeah.
have this like
He's gonna
persona
act
like
with
he's never
you.
treated me
Right.
this way
Start
before.
walking around all fabulous.
Right.
I
Like,
get
oh,
it.
you
I
so
get it.
fabulous,
I
girl.
get it.
Like that,
Yeah.
you know? Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's maybe where the
It's
son
like,
is
listen,
like,
okay,
oh,
bitch.
right,
God,
right.
you've never
But I
talked
feel
like
And like he has a
Like-
sister who
Right.
he doesn't even do that to
Yeah,
her.
he doesn't do
like-
that.
Right.
Hey Tiffany.
So I think like if the dad and
the
the
horn?
son, you know, have a conversation, then it's an easy fix. Like it's just like it wasn't a, you know, my reaction was because I was afraid you were going into the military and you were gonna die. I'm much more happy that you're not gonna die. You know what I mean?
That's one thing I want to address is he's 15, and I
Yeah.
wonder why like his concern, because like if I feel like if I had a kid that was 15 and they were like, I want to tell you something,
Mhm.
my first thought would probably be that they're gonna come out or something like that, or maybe like they got their girlfriend pregnant,
Yeah,
or
low-key.
they are pregnant or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how the family operates to where his first thing is like, oh no, he's gonna say he wants to go to the military.
Well, since he
Well-
was in the
Yeah,
military,
I-
well, I
I'm
get
sure-
that,
he
sure
probably
he
grew
grew
up
up
But I
Prevalent,
think
yeah.
there
I
are
get
some
that, but I-
programs that you can go into
Yeah,
like
start off
before
early
the
and
military. So you
JROTC.
can start at
Yeah.
16. So maybe that's what they're thinking. Like, oh,
I
maybe
guess.
like
Yeah, as
you
like,
know,
because
they're
I'm not in the
15, gonna be
military,
16.
I just don't think
Yeah.
about it. I just think it's
Yeah.
kind of
probably a lot more
interesting-
relevant in
Yeah.
the family
thing
than
to
it is.
jump
like,
to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
I think being in the having like a dad in the military and then being probably because it was probably in the military when he was younger too.
Mhm.
So he probably grew up like on a military base
Yeah,
Fair.
and,
stuff like
was
that.
surrounded by the military propaganda
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Watch
a lot of
Transformers.
watch
And G.I. Joe.
and GI Joe. So it's probably one of those things of like he has a lot of people surrounding him who are probably
Yeah.
military heads.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, no,
First
because
thing.
my kid came to me and was like, "I have something to tell you." I'd be like, "Oh, he's gay."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sick. He'd
I'd be like, oh, he broke like the TV or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd be something very small.
I would
Yeah.
think either like they're coming out or they got someone pregnant. Or they are pregnant if
Okay.
it's a
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that would be like my first thought. It wouldn't be military. But like I get why the parent reacted the way
Yeah.
they did. Because they also probably thought like, oh my God, like they're not gonna have to go through the things that I went through.
Yeah.
So it was probably like an overwhelming
Yeah.
like sense of relief.
Yeah.
But it wholeheartedly came off incorrectly.
Yeah. Also, with them being like a pretty progressive household,
Mm.
he probably wouldn't have necessarily assumed that he was coming out because
That's
it
true.
wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily make it like
Yeah.
a big thing.
He probably
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
thought like it
Aggressive.
would have been more of like a casual conversation.
You
Like
just
a,
say that,
hey dad, I'm
bro."
gay. Like yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I totally get like the accidentally saying something weird and then trying to make up for it,
Yeah.
like making it
Making it
silly and
more weird.
geeky, but then like you end up making it worse.
Yeah. I think that's honestly what happened.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
the dad definitely, he was doing what he thought in his head was right.
Yeah.
But it's just a simple conversation. And it seems like since they're progressive, like it's not going to be like a yelling match. It's just going to be like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like this
My
is what was going through
bad.
my head.
Yeah.
And
Got a
this is
little
how I
cray-cray.
reacted. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I was just worried about you and like the things that I experienced and you experiencing those things. The kid's going to understand that, especially at 15.
As long
like,
as he just continues to treat him how he always has. It
Yes.
isn't like, well, he's gay now, so I got to
Yes.
change how I
Right.
parent him.
You have to go on to your bad selves every day. You know what I mean?
Right. Maybe every once in a while,
Yeah.
but not every day.
I
Maybe
love
like
that,
once a
though.
month.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
drop that, but that's it.
On his birthday.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Not
Yeah.
the asshole.
No,
No,
but
no.
talk
All
to
it-
your
all it
son.
takes
Just
is
misunderstood.
Yeah.
Just
All it
mis-
takes is like a
misunderstood.
simple, just like, hey, by the way, the other day I recognized
Yeah.
this is a little
Right.
weird.
No.
All that was is I thought you were gonna go into the military, and that's not what I wanted. So when you said you were gay, it was a relief. That's
Right.
all.
Right.
I understand it was a little weird. I hope everything.
Apologize
It
for how
feels
I am.
very.
Yeah.
It feels very like TV
feels like a
show.
movie. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Thank God.
And it's
Misunderstood.
like
the,
something
like,
that you can
yeah.
laugh about. Like that's like a coming out story that the child
True.
can look back on and be
Yeah.
like, I have the best
Hindsight,
parents.
yeah,
like this
like-
is what happened. I can laugh about it
Yeah.
instead of being like, my parents disowned me. They
True.
like kicked me out. Blah blah blah. Like it
True.
could have been way worse.
Yeah, it's
So-
definitely gonna be one of those things that's gonna be brought up in the future
Yeah.
that like the
Yeah,
dad's gonna
that
like
they're gonna
cringe
laugh
about, but then they're gonna all
about.
laugh together.
Oh my
about
God!
it.
When they bring home their first partner, that's gonna be the
Yeah.
story that they
Oh,
tell. Like it's
absolutely.
gonna be great.
So good on this guy and their family. So yeah, it's just a fun little one.
That
to
was
just
cute.
Keep it light.
Good start.
Good start.
Right? We went from
Now for
like
the deep stuff.
right. We went from like angry earlier to now good to getting like angry again.
now let's see. Is this one also taken down? No, this one actually.
Hey.
is
Oh,
taken down.
huzzah!
So am I the asshole for asking my stepdaughter to pay me back for my dress?
I need
That's
context.
a hard one.
Yeah. we're gonna need
How old
It's
is the stepdaughter?
difficult. Hold on, but the
like,
question
does
I
she have
have
funds of-
She's
is OP male or female?
a woman.
It's a woman. I don't know. I feel like stepdaughter relationships can get very iffy sometimes.
The
so.
stepdaughter is 22. If that provides the context you need to
Okay.
get something off of the title.
Okay, so I'm
pay her back
assuming.
for the dress.
Huh?
I'm assuming something.
I'm
probably
assuming
broke.
she accidentally messed up the dress or
Yeah.
something. I just off of that alone, I think not the asshole if it's a dress that you hold dear or like she took it without permission or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I feel like with just the sentence, maybe not. But like it also depends because I feel like there's so much more to
That's
that. Like
exactly-
that's
so- yeah.
very.
Yeah.
That's a
A lot of
very
context
like
that could be.
general and like very
They kept it
open
very
statement,
vague.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like it makes me wonder like why didn't you give any more detail? Like you could have added a little more detail in the sentence, but I feel like you're eluding a lot of detail from it.
For me, if it's not a wedding dress and it's not an extremely expensive dress,
oh,
Oh.
shouldn't care. But
Or
even if
sentimental
it is
value.
Yeah.
expensive, you should have thought about that before giving it to someone.
unless once again she didn't give
Unless
it to
it
her.
was taken,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
that.
Well, she said-
Yeah.
Or just a
So they
payback.
said-
Pay me back for my dress.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It
Oh, she
depends.
stole it. Then yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
then-
get
then-
into it so we can
Yeah,
find out.
let's find out some
Yeah.
of this
Yes.
context.
Hey. Oh,
I have a daughter, Ava.
Okay. Hi, Ava.
She says she's so cringe. She just keeps doing things.
I was like,
She says
Oh.
she's so
get
cringe.
into
Hey,
it.
these are the mannerisms we need. all
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's cool. It's cool.
Not wrong with it.
Sorry, we'll just get the Dubois cringe comps of you.
No, there you go.
I got cringe stories for
Gosh.
days. Trust
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Anyways, that's for another episode. I have a daughter, Ava, 18 female,
Hi, Ava.
and a stepdaughter, Mia, 22 female.
Hi, Mia.
Mia's mom has primary custody of her, so I only saw her for a few weekends a year growing up. However, she went to college near me and my husband, so we are a lot closer now.
Nice.
I have a job at a big fashion company, and we get clothing for free.
W.
Like if it didn't sell or sample pieces,
wow.
and the rest is
The
donated.
rejects.
Can
Pretty
I
much,
get
yeah.
I
on
mean,
that
hey, it's
list?
free clothes.
I wanna
When
be
I
your
first
stepdaughter.
started,
Okay.
I got a beautiful silk mini dress that I love and have kept in very
Oh.
good condition. After having my kids, it is more of a tight fit, so I usually pick something more comfortable. Just keep that in mind. It fits Ava perfectly, and she borrows that dress all the time, and it looks great on her. Mia asked me to borrow the mini dress for a wedding, and I let her. She came over yesterday for dinner and showed us pictures of her at the wedding, and she looked stunning. But I noticed she had altered the dress. Mia is much shorter than me and Ava, So the dress, when she tried it on in front of me, was knee length on her. However, at the time, she insisted it was fine. In the pictures, it is a mini dress, which is how it sits on me and Ava. So it looks shorter in the pictures.
It'd be up to like here on them now.
Probably.
Okay.
So it's probably not wearable for the two of them.
Yeah, for the other two.
Yeah, unless they're getting saucy.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, girl.
Go on with your best self.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that. I gotta make
Low-key.
that Mia admitted that she got home and preferred how it looked on Ava, so it got altered. However, she didn't cut the fabric off; she just hemmed it.
Okay.
So I should be able to get the dress
Re-alter,
back
yeah.
after picking out the stitches.
Yeah.
I got upset at Mia, and when she handed me the dress, it would be very hard. Did I miss a word there?
Mia
I got
is the
upset at
stepdaughter?
Mia's a stepdaughter.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
I got upset at Mia, and when she handed me the dress, it would be very hard. Okay, she might have left out.
Oh,
like
I
she's saying like
discovered.
I noticed. I saw.
That'd be very hard.
It'd be very hard to get the dress back to its original state.
Damn.
Taking the stitches out could leave holes in the silk,
Yeah.
and the dress
Yeah.
fits more like a long top now. Honestly, slay. Honestly, anyways, I asked Mia to reimburse me for the dress and told her I was upset she had stitched and altered it without asking me before.
Understandable.
She said she didn't know that she couldn't stitch silk and it was an accident.
Oh.
My
Dumbass
husband.
motherfucker.
I didn't
Yo,
know that.
damn.
No,
Yeah, I was saying, I was like, yo.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
but like,
then.
don't do it then.
Don't do
if
it, yes,
If
but
it's
it's,
fabric,
you know?
then, you assume that it could be stitched,
Yeah.
but my husband said Mia made a mistake in asking her to reimburse me for the dress that I got for free, which at its original price
I was gonna
is a
say
lot more than she can afford as a college
Yeah, it's
student.
like fair. That is fair.
He said I shouldn't have let her borrow it if the dress meant so much to me. I accounted
That
for
I don't
Mia-
agree with. That I don't agree with.
I accounted for Mia spilling something on the dress or getting it dirty, but I don't think it was fair of her to alter it without asking me, and I can't wear it as a dress anymore. I'm quite upset about the dress, so maybe asking for her to pay full price is too much,
Yes.
but she is an adult, and it wouldn't be fair of me to treat her like a child.
Okay.
So I don't.
Yeah,
think you're
but-
treating her like a child. Well, here's my thing: is she already said the dress fit her tight, so she probably wouldn't. The other daughter still used it every now and then or whatever. Okay, but you've had the dress for I'm assuming years at this point. It was free. You can't ask
Yeah.
her to pay you back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
didn't-
have her
didn't
do
pay
other
for
things
it.
or something
I
to
think-
like make up for it,
yeah.
but I think
Yeah.
asking her to pay you back for a dress that you yourself didn't pay for.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
at the end
Especially,
of the
like, a
day,
very
it's a
expensive
materialistic
dress.
thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
accidents do happen. She's
Yeah.
22. Yes, she's an adult.
Yeah.
I still make mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm 26 years old.
Yeah.
You know, there are things that as an adult that you don't, or in your 20s that you don't really know about till they happen.
Yeah.
And I think she's being a little harsh because obviously there's a lot of emotional or like sentimental value
Yeah.
put into this dress. So I kind of think she's a little bit of an asshole for it. Yes, her stepdaughter's in the wrong for doing that without asking her anything, especially like if her stepmom is someone who works in the fashion industry. She should be like, hey, I was thinking of doing this. How would I go
Also
about
true.
doing it?
Mhm.
That'd be a smarter thing to do, but
Mhm.
maybe she just, wanted to try it her own way or
Yeah.
whatever, and she
Mhm.
fucked up.
I get it.
I don't think you got to have her pay you back, though.
Mhm.
I think it's a little much.
Don't let her borrow
think-
your dress again.
That too. You learn from it.
Or just be like, hey, next time you want to do something, just let me know.
Yeah.
I think, not the asshole. I think, once again, if you said it out of like being upset or whatever, then like people do that. But I don't think you're an asshole per se. I think low key having her pay like full price once again for a dress you got for free. No, but like maybe be like, hey. Like a replacement dress or something that like she can't afford, you know what I mean? Something like that is fine. But hey, that's what I think. But
I don't know how stitching with dresses works, but
so basically, like with silk is a type of material where you can't really do anything to it. You poke a hole in it, you snag something on it, like that
Cooked.
it's done for. Like you
Okay.
basically you can't fix that compared to like a cotton t-shirt where like you can easily sew that up. So how I'm assuming, because like my grandmother does stitching, so I kind of understand what she's talking about. How I understand it is that she flipped the dress inside out, she folded up whatever length she wanted to make it shorter, and I'm assuming she either like plain stitched or she cross stitched. So she did like an arrow like this, or she did it like straight like this in and out, which would cause holes to be in every section. So even if she were to snip that, even though it's a small hole, you're going to see those holes throughout the dress. So technically she can't wear the dress anymore.
That was going to be my question.
Right.
If the holes aren't noticeable from afar, I don't think it really mattered that much.
So the problem with that is that like once the hole is punctured in the silk, the fabric doesn't go back to normal. Like with some fabrics, you can kind of like pull, like with shower curtains and stuff, you can kind of like pull to where you can adjust it to where it'll be flat again. But with silk, once it's damaged, that piece is done for. So it's understandable as to why she would get upset, because realistically, she can never wear that as a dress again. Her options are either going to be A, cut off whatever above to whatever the hole is and like make it maybe like a crop shirt or like a shorter shirt, or her option is going to be to leave it as is, which would prevent any more holes. But because there are already holes in there, the piece is kind of done for. Do I think it's messed up that she's asking her for the full price when she got the dress for free? Absolutely. But what I would tell her is I would be like, hey, go to a tailor, see how much a tailor would recommend, like what if they would recommend cutting it, or if they would recommend trying to see if, you know, if the tailor's able to work it so that way they're very small pinholes and like they're very, because regardless, the person wearing the dress is going to feel the stitches on the inside because they're going to have to try to stitch it up. And there's no guarantee that on the front of it, you're not going to see it. So I would just ask for like the cost to alter it. If I have to take it from a dress to a shirt, then I'd be like, hey, give me like $100, $120 because it's ruined now because I can't technically wear it anymore. But I think it's kind of messed up for her to be like, you need to give me the whole amount on this item. Yes, the item is damaged, but if you can wear it as a shirt, you might as well wear it as a shirt if you can, if you still want to keep that piece versus throwing the entire piece away.
Yeah. See,
I agree.
I'm a little different when it comes to some materialistic things. Like if I would be upset in the moment for sure. But I feel like over time I might just be like, I got it for free.
Yeah.
I'm still working in this industry, so I'm sure
I'm gonna get another.
I got plenty of other dresses to pick from, or that I'm gonna get, you know, over time. It's one thing. Why ruin or damage your relationship with your stepdaughter over that?
That's the thing too, though, is like, my dad is remarried, so I have a stepmom, but like, I would never, like, if she were to give me something, I wouldn't make any alterations without asking her first, no matter what age I am. Just like thinking like, this isn't mine, so I don't want to do anything to it to where I'm going to damage it. So like, I do think the stepdaughter should have said something. Like if it's too long, she should have been like, hey, like it's too long. This is what I was thinking of doing instead of doing those alterations. But like, I also feel like there may be some other history behind it, because it's like, I get being upset over a shirt that you got for free, but like for her to just be like, she owes me the full amount, knowing one, she's a college student, two, she can't afford it. Like this woman knows that she cannot afford it being a college student. Like, you know, it kind of, it feels like, oh, you let your daughter wear it all the time, yet your stepdaughter wears it one time, although she did things she wasn't supposed to. It's like, now you want to charge her. So it kind of feels like there might be some like history there. And it also makes you wonder, when did the stepmom come into the relationship? How old was the 22-year-old? Was she younger? Was she older? Do they have a good relationship? So it makes like me, I look at it as like, what's the history behind it? Because I feel like, although being upset is one thing and like asking for some money is one thing, but like you're asking for the full price of something that's designer that you got for free from a college student. Like, we don't make diddly squat. We barely can work as it is. Okay. Even when you're not a college student, you don't make diddly squat. So like, I can't imagine expecting a 22-year-old to pay hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars on a silk dress. Silk is not cheap, especially if it's good quality material silk.
Yeah. I think my overall thing with it is like, she straight up admitted like she doesn't wear it very often because it doesn't really fit the way it used to.
Right.
She got it for free. It being sentimental, I can understand being upset, certainly. For me, like, to call her an asshole over it is tough because I don't know what the reaction looks like. If she was like screaming and hollering, and then I'd probably be more
that's why I
willing to
said
call her
a
an
little
asshole.
bit of an asshole. You're not 100% in the wrong, because it's okay to be like, I get being upset about it.
Yeah.
I think they're both
but I
kind
do
of
think you got to
assholes.
give her a little bit of grace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, I think you're being a
she's
little
22,
hard.
She made a mistake, and I'm sure she feels.
She probably was
some-
freaking out after
Yeah.
realizing too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Right.
And somebody said in the comments, would you ask your biological daughter to pay
That's
full
exactly
price
my
if she
thought.
had altered it without your permission?
That's what I thought too.
What do you
That's
guys think about
exactly
that?
my thought, because you're charging your
Probably
stepdaughter
yell at
the
her.
full price. yet you're not, you let your daughter use it all the time. And like I said, yes, this is the first time you let your stepdaughter use it. And yes, she made an alteration to it. But like, if she didn't make the alteration to it, would you still have the same reaction? Would you still find a reason to not let her use it again, or, to make her pay you back, or whatever the case may be, because it seems like she inspected the dress when she got it back. Cause I think you mentioned she was like looking for like, she expected spills or anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, you already are expecting her to bring the dress back damaged. So it's like, what, like, come on now, you're kind of in the wrong for that, because you're like, oh, well, I expected her to make a mess of it anyways, but like I didn't expect her to alter it. It's like, girly, you should have had a little more faith in her. And if you thought that she was going to ruin it, then you should have been like, hey, like, I'm so sorry, let's pick something else. That's it. Like, it could have all been avoided.
Yeah. What do you think?
Huh? Sorry. Sorry.
But
what was the specific question again?
It was like, would you ask your biological daughter to pay you full price if she had altered it without your permission? How do you feel about that?
That's what I was trying to go over in my head. I think for that one it kind of depends on like the home situation, because I know they said like the younger daughter is 18 and presumably still lives with them.
Yeah.
So if like she doesn't have like if basically like being like, hey, pay me back is like coming out of her own pocket anyway.
So it's more a monetary thing than like the ethics of how you would treat your
that's how
biological daughter
that's more
versus your
so how
stepdaughter. Okay.
yeah, because I think either way, having either of me personally, I'd be like, hey bro, like if my 18-year-old had their own money, I'd be like, hey bro, I'm gonna need some kind of like, hey, just like a cool like, hey, buy me dinner, you know what I mean, or something like to either of them.
Yeah.
But like, once again, if like they're,
I think
like,
you said on a previous episode, like for Father's Day or something, like just
Yeah.
buy you dinner.
like chicken
once
parm
every
or something.
5 years.
One
Yeah.
gift every like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
something
like
like that.
okay. I did what I anyway. But I think if like her answer is no, then that is foul.
Yeah.
No, then it's foul. But once again, like depending on like how the situation, like if like it wouldn't really punish the daughter, I get like that's punish is the wrong word too.
My thing is, for me as a parent, if I would see that they are guilty, that they feel guilty of it, and it's obviously eating them up, then I'd be like, all right, that's payment enough, because that means that you learned from it. For me, a little bit. I might still be like, hey, I'm still gonna be upset. I'm not gonna be like, oh, we're good, like we're buddy. I'm gonna be upset for a little bit, but like at the end of the day, like you got it for free. It's
true. Yeah.
I feel like doing what you're doing. It's just going to create more issues down the line than it's really worth. And like with that comment, if she would treat her different, because he's 18, she can still work technically.
I mean, true,
So
but
her answer should still be yes if she would ask for money.
But if she doesn't have a job, then there's no point in being like.
Then you make her get a job, and
she
she
might
makes
only work
payments.
part time as a college student.
Right.
True, but she does
You're
still
not
have her
making
own
much.
money. That's
Yeah,
kind of more.
but
so
I
what
feel
I'm
like it's still a weird thing to like ask for.
I mean, yeah, for sure, it's weird, but
I think especially knowing that she can't afford it, that's like really what gets
Yeah,
to me.
that
It's
part
like
is
you know
extra.
she cannot afford it, yet you're still asking her for this money, knowing that she can't do it. Like you're asking her to basically give up all her money to you to pay back a dress that you got for free.
Yeah.
Do I think she should pay for the alterations to get it fixed? Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
If she can. Do I think if she can't, she should do like maybe set
Something.
up like a payment plan? Yes. But like I don't think it's right of the stepmom to be like, you need to pay me the full amount. I think that like
Money that I
that
didn't even pay for.
is going to damage the
That's great.
relationship. And at 22 years old, like if the child does not want to have a relationship with the stepmom, the child doesn't need to, because that's I feel like where it's going to lead to is that it's going to cause an issue, and now the dad's getting involved and the other child's getting involved, and it's going to cause a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings, and it's going to cause a lot of abandonment issues, and it's not going to be pretty. So it's like you could just easily be like, hey, we'll make a payment plan, we'll get it fixed, we'll make it a shirt, we can wear it more often, then the three of us can have it. It seems like she just wants to be included in something that the mother and the daughter are doing. So it's like, just honestly take it as it is. You still have it. Be thankful and move on. Because if not, you're not going to have a relationship with your stepdaughter. And
Over a shirt or a dress.
Exactly. And you know what? And
shirt now.
the other parent's going to lose out too. The dad's not going to have a relationship with his daughter either. And it's like at 22, you need your parents sometimes. And it's like she's not going to be able to go to her dad, and she's only going to have her mom, and that's going to suck. And You know?
we don't know what would happen. So
Yeah,
I don't.
Well, yeah, that's just like
His dad could
I'm going like
technically
worst
still
case scenario.
contact his daughter
Right.
anyway. Yeah.
He did,
We're
he did
going-
defend her.
Yeah.
We're going downhill
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's all
but,
right. It's all
like,
good. Hey,
yeah, like,
this is for
it's
discussion.
just-
You know?
Yeah.
Right, we're
Yeah.
going into theoreticals
Yeah.
now.
One of these terms that people use here is ESH, which is everybody sucks here.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
everybody
Just
sucks
say
here.
everyone sucks.
I think
It's still a bit, it's still
Yeah,
a
well,
lot, but it's the
everyone
closest
is-
to
yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
I don't
has a
think
piece of the
everybody's an
puzzle.
asshole,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I think they
exactly.
all
Yeah.
they all
You
had
don't,
like
yeah.
hands.
Everyone has a
AP.
piece of the puzzle.
OTP. There we go.
Yeah.
He's good to papa.
He has a piece of the puzzle.
Basically.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
obviously, very clearly, she shouldn't have done it without asking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
You know
It's
what?
wrong
Matter
to
of
ask
fact,
for the full amount.
Don't
matter of
always
fact, Ava,
take
I
that
think
as
it's your fault. And I'm kind of.
yeah, Ava, where are you in all this? Why aren't you
No,
defending
I'm
your stepsister, huh?
Yeah, true.
Or defending your mother?
Yeah.
Why are you silent on this
Yeah,
issue all of a
but
sudden?
you don't want her to guinea because that's gonna make it worse.
Yeah, no, okay.
Because then it's gonna be 2v1. Oh
But yeah,
gosh.
I'm staying out of this bullshit.
Add the dad in 2v2. That means that
Yeah.
the sister's gonna have to be on the sister side because it has to be sisters against
Oh,
husband and wife.
Okay.
Because it
I'd watch
or
that. That seemed like a fired fight. You know what I
or yeah, father daughter versus mother daughter.
mean? True.
I kicked the camera.
But yeah, for a dress that you don't wear and you got for free, asking full price is a little extra.
Yeah.
That's
a little
my thing.
extra.
If I couldn't use it anymore and it got messed
Yeah.
up, then like I'm not.
Like if I had a pair of
No.
shoes that didn't fit me, so I like gave them to Tristan,
Yeah.
and then Tristan came and they had like new panels on them or something like that. And I'm like, bro,
Why'd you
Bro,
do
these were
that?
Adidas when
Bro,
I
you
gave
gotta-
them. Why are they Nike?
Yeah.
you gotta pay me for those shoes, bro.
Yeah,
it's
I'm not looking.
it's a little different than that scenario, but still,
That's-
it's a little-
yeah,
it's,
that's
you
true,
know,
but-
it's just
Yeah. Either way, not the asshole, but
not the asshole, but
Completely.
you're a meanie bo beanie.
We should just learn to make better
Kind of.
decisions.
Yeah.
Everybody has a piece of the puzzle. We already
Yeah,
said
there you
it.
go. Piece of puzzle.
Put up, Sean. Put that up in the edit. Everybody has a piece of the puzzle. That's the
nice.
thing.
Nice.
Everybody got a bit of puzzle.
Everybody has a piece of the puzzle. All right. Anyways, so yeah, that one was that one.
Blame the family
Was
dog.
that one?
Family
That
dog. Let's see.
Dog do?
He.
All right, we probably have time for one more.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for not changing how I live for my stepson's girlfriend?
No. That's my answer.
All right, cool.
I mean, yeah.
If it's your crib, live how you live.
Well, I want to see how it is. Because if it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I have a peanut allergy, I don't give a fuck. I put peanuts all
and
over my place.
yeah, that's
Suck
a
on
lot.
my
That's a lot.
peanuts.
It's
Okay.
it's not
Sorry.
that.
I
It's
didn't mean
not
it like
that,
that.
but it's not
I realized
Far
that
off.
was
necessarily
inappropriate.
far from that.
Mine was an
okay,
exaggeration,
okay,
obviously,
okay,
but
okay.
Okay. My stepson Ben, 20 male,
Hi,
is
Ben.
living with us right now during summer break from college.
Okay.
About a month ago, he asked if his girlfriend from college, Liv, could stay with us for the rest of the summer because she was going through a rough time at home. I wasn't fully on board with the idea because we already have our two other kids, 11 and 9, in the house and have 4 adults and 2 kids in our space is a lot.
bro.
Wow.
Oh, maybe like grandparents
That's 6
too.
people.
No, the 4 adults are like
Oh,
him,
ours.
his wife, his
okay.
son,
I
and,
thought it already had 2. So my
Yeah,
fault.
I
My fault.
also just now when I was reading that, I was like,
So
That
they went
equation
from
seems
4
weird.
to 6 now in their house.
Yes.
yes, yeah, because it was the 2 adults and the 2 kids.
Yeah.
But now,
Now
it's
the
4
son
adults
and his girlfriend.
Yeah, because the son
Yeah.
Saying that
girlfriend-
if it happens,
So they
it
went
would
from
feel
a
like
household
lot.
of
Yes.
Okay.
4
worded it
to
incorrect.
now
The
6.
already got me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They just doubled the
Um,
amount of adults.
Yes. Because the son.
either way, there's
It's
6
the-
people in this house.
I was like double. I went from 4 to 6, and I was like, anyway.
My wife has a soft spot for Ben and struggles to say no to him.
Oh, this is the,
Oh, it's
okay.
the
This is
dad.
the okay.
Yeah, this is the dad.
Okay.
So my concerns were dismissed, and now Liv is living with us until they go back to school.
Already, I think that should have been a joint decision.
Happy
but
wife,
hey.
happy life.
Yeah.
Period.
But hey,
There have been a few issues that have come up since Liv came, pretty much all of which have to do with me.
Of
Damn.
course.
Very convenient writing this from
I
your
wonder though
perspective,
if it's
feeling
just
that
he's
way.
just like, because he already has that feeling of one, he didn't want to do it. Now he's forced to. If he's just kind of carrying himself where he's like,
probably a little
I
bit.
think
Whatever.
it's a little bit of that, but it's also some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
I'm gonna
Ooh,
some
let's
examples. I'm gonna
hear it.
some-
I'm ready. Yeah.
One of the big reasons Liv wanted to change her living situation is because her parents are alcoholics. Now,
Okay,
I don't
understand
drink
what I'm
every day, but I do
Oh,
have alcohol in the
God.
house, and I do like to imbibe,
know where
a
this is
$10
going.
word,
Yeah, understand.
with a
Understand.
meal sometimes, or
I
have a
know
few
where this
cocktails
is
on
going.
weekends.
Hey, do your thing.
Okay, yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
that's your thing.
triggering for Liv to see a parent drinking with kids around.
Hey,
Brother.
listen.
Yep,
hey,
I knew
hey,
it.
That's,
Hey,
that's
I
the
knew
closest
it.
thing to a peanut allergy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
Based on so far, she's
I
dumb.
understand being
No.
feeling weird about it, but like because of your own situation, what you've gone through. But to then be like, hey, bro,
You have to
in
understand.
your own crib.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get
in your
there.
own crib.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
let's
wait,
hear
wait,
more
wait till we
because
get
I'm
there.
already
Yeah.
itching.
So our
Go.
first problem was him drinking,
All right.
so on. Second,
I'll give him a pass so far for that one.
Yeah.
second, I don't think you guys are gonna give her a pass for this one.
No.
Uh,
him.
No, him
Oh,
a
sorry,
pass.
sorry. Anyways,
Okay.
Oh
second,
boy.
Liv is vegan. We eat a lot of meals.
them vegans.
Well, hold
We
on.
eat a lot of meat in our house.
Yeah.
Pretty much every meal has meat involved. I
Okay.
also hunt, so we eat the meat that I have
Oh,
harvested, and I have a few mounts
Yeah,
on
I
the
was like,
walls.
yeah, hunting.
This makes Liv
Not me,
especially uncomfortable.
Wait, so what was the last sentence?
He also has like mounts on like heads
Okay.
mounted on the wall, and this makes Liv especially uncomfortable.
Okay.
How many?
I don't. He doesn't say.
Like,
It's just
because I was
two
like,
on
because
top of
if
your
it's-
head,
if it's
a bear, some birds.
if it's
Okay.
enough to
Multiple
like,
birds.
If it's
so
excessive.
then you
Taxidermy.
know,
If it's excessive, it's cringe.
then
Yeah.
Well,
it's
yes,
cringe, but
yes.
it's not a bad thing.
Yes, but at that, like, if I could,
cool.
this might sound bad. If it's like one I could just take down, but hey, my bad. Then you know I'm gonna do it. But if it's
Yeah.
like I got them all over the crib, I'm like, hey, listen,
That's
bro.
a lot of work.
This is
Hey,
my
listen,
life.
bro. You,
We'll get there,
you
we'll
kind of
get
knew the
there.
situation you was getting
Yeah,
into.
we'll get there.
Anyway,
This is a good one so
Low-key.
far.
We'll get there. Ben and Liv sat down with my wife and I this past weekend and offered some suggestions to help make Liv's time here easier.
It's also just for a summer. I want to keep remind
Yeah,
myself of
yeah.
that.
Keep that in mind. It's just
My
for I
fault.
think 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 weeks. The
We're
first
staying at this
suggestion.
hotel. You need to pay attention.
that's what I. Anyway,
Their first suggestion was that if I want to drink, I should do it in private and not around the kids.
No.
Absolutely
No. Who
not.
you
You
talking-
not about to
Negative.
tell
Jesus
no
Christ.
grown
I gotta
ass
chill. I
man
gotta
what the
chill.
fuck to do in his
Facts.
own house.
Especially if it's like
That is
like
kinda
like a
crazy.
It's
beer.
age rate,
Like
yeah,
that's
a
what I'm
beer.
saying.
Are
Two
you
max.
What are you talking
joking?
about?
He's
I'd
not
be
like,
No.
like,
No.
yeah, like,
I'd be like,
Why
Ben,
doesn't she
Ben,
just
let me talk to you real
go in
quick.
another
how about you just go
room?
eat outside while we have dinner? Then?
Yeah, like
They probably have dinner together. That's
Ben,
probably
Ben,
why.
let me
Yeah,
talk to you real
yeah.
quick.
Oh, yes, he's like drinking during.
He drinks
dinner
like during
and-
meals.
I'm
Yeah, like
assuming
he'd have
like they
food,
all
he just
sit
has, like, a
down and
beer.
have like a
Yeah,
dinner
yeah.
at the
A
table
family
and
meal.
everything, and
One
he
of my
probably
friends
has like
used
a
to do that.
beer or
Yeah.
like a
Pendant
drink.
apple
with
juice,
him.
bro.
Right. Anyways, that was suggestion number
Sparkling
one, right?
cider.
That's number
Also,
one.
it gets
Hell
better.
no.
Start
Hell
buying
no.
people stuff.
This I tried to
Low-key, I'm sure
interject
that's
when they
on.
suggested this, but they asked to let them finish before saying anything.
Excuse the
We got more.
I'd be like, yo, who you think you're talking to, bro? In my house?
the fuck out of my
Oh,
house.
you see that deer right there? That could be you. You keep talking.
Their next suggestion was to allow Liv to cook vegan meals for us so that we didn't eat so much meat all the time.
That
She offered
one-
to do grocery shopping and meal
awful.
planning to provide vegan meals for us instead of our usual meals. Finally, they asked if I could remove the mounts from the walls of the house until they go back to school in 6 weeks.
The vegan one, if she's not like, hey, it has to be vegan every meal, I'd be like, every once in a while,
I would try
whatever,
it.
sure. Yeah,
Right,
like, it's fine.
I would
to make
try
you more
it.
comfortable,
Compromise.
whatever.
She's putting in the effort,
Yeah.
so like I'd be like, hey, like we'll try it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
But like I
Not
don't
me. At least
expect
let
you
her
to.
keep them veggies
I
away
respect
from
it.
No,
me.
but like don't expect me to change my entire
At
life
least
because
let her
of
cook
you.
her own meals so
That's-
that she
that's
has
fine.
her own
Yeah.
stuff.
Right,
but they
yeah.
can still have what
If
they
it was
want.
like,
Yeah.
hey, let her like get stuff to make for herself,
For
or
her-
whatever.
yeah.
All right, cool. That's
Yeah.
totally
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
But like,
'Cause if
here's
they're-
my thing: you cannot have like your preference for things and force others to try.
True.
it.
That's the
Also
thing.
it's
That's
not
what.
okay.
Yeah.
Especially when you are coming into this family.
Yeah.
I get that like you came from a household of like, alcohol abuse and probably other things.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Not every person that drinks alcohol is an alcoholic.
True.
Having a beer with your food, that's fine. You're not getting crazy. I mean, yeah. But like either way, it's not a harmful thing. It's not a
Yeah.
bad thing. Even in front of the kids, he's not abusing them.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like
Yeah.
But
I
that's
don't
the
know.
thing too, though. Is like them mentioning the children is inappropriate
Yeah,
because
that
you
too.
should not mention those
Yeah.
children
No.
because
It's
it has not
yeah.
affected them. And it's basically like I get she has traumas and stuff, but like she's projecting all of
Yeah.
that onto them, and it's
Yeah.
like that's not fair because these are
No.
people you don't know
Yeah.
like that. Like just because he has a beer doesn't mean he's an alcoholic. Like
Yeah.
I get that if that's triggering for you, that's something that you need to work on. Like if you need to get therapy, then absolutely. But like you can't expect him to never drink
something.
again around you and just be like, oh, you have to go in a corner in a room where I can't see you in your own house to drink. Like, fuck
let me
out of here.
excuse myself, go to the garage and drink a beer.
Right.
Yeah, no,
like, what
right.
are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
no, that's
Nah.
ridiculous. You
It's also
can't.
6 weeks.
Facts.
Like, come on. Would you rather
It's a
stay with your
sense of
alcoholic
entitlement,
parents or just
too.
deal with this normal family?
Yeah, that's
that
what I'm
functions
saying.
totally fine for 6
Low
weeks.
key.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's, I don't care what people do. Just don't push it down other people's throats. You want to be vegan?
And
That's
that's what
fine.
it seems
Don't
like
get
she's
upset when you
doing.
see someone eating a steak. They
True.
have that. They're okay.
Facts.
They're
True.
entitled to eating that, just like
True.
they're entitled to being vegan.
True.
Mhm.
The mount thing, I know what I said earlier. Once again, depending on the number and like how uncomfortable she is, I might do it. But like,
This is interesting. I think I have a different perspective from at least from what I'm hearing on the table from all of you
Yeah.
guys.
For the mount
actually.
thing?
No,
Or
more
just in
so
general.
for just in general, the
Oh.
whole
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that when we get to the end.
Yeah.
Did you want to?
oh, Sean's like, I'd have done it.
Are we
Sean's
going
like,
down
Sean's
each
like, I would have.
thing?
Huh?
Are we going down each?
No, there's still more to the story.
Oh, shit, my bad. Sorry.
Damn.
yeah, there's
Oh,
still
I'm
more.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, stop the
Yeah, we
flow
ain't
of
getting
conversation.
time
But-
too.
Yeah, not like you. But I will say, like sitting me down and asking. Well, if they were like, once again, because you said like we have some suggestions, I'd be like,
It sounds
Like,
more
what the
like,
fuck?
yeah.
I do think
But
it's
if they
appropriate
think
to
you
sit
can
down.
if they, yeah, for sure.
Set that
We're
up
here
as
to
a
help.
program.
Yeah. But if it was like a, hey, do you mind? I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'd be more.
I would also be
Yeah.
more inclined. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind doing certain things to make someone feel comfortable in my home.
Yeah.
But they also have to understand that this is our
Like,
home.
that we
Depends on how
live this
intrusive
way.
those things are.
Yeah.
This is our
like-
lifestyle. that
Exactly.
you're
Like
kinda-
one, the
yeah.
beer thing, I'm gonna let that slide. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you're not gonna let me
Yeah.
stop doing that.
No.
The mounts I would take off. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's me
Yeah.
personally. I don't give a fuck if there's mounts in someone's homes.
Mhm.
Whatever you want to hunt,
Yeah.
cool. I don't care.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do it, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, if
exactly.
it's excessive, it's cringe. But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
not a bad thing
Yeah.
unless you're over hunting.
yeah.
Then you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Facts.
Sorry.
Bastard.
So, when they finished, I asked if it was okay for me to talk now, and they said yes. First of all,
There it is.
That
That was
would've
what
pissed me
attitude
No,
off.
well, but
May I
hold
speak
on.
now?
It's
I'm not gonna
it's
lie.
fair. It's fair though because
It's
if
valid,
somebody's
but-
like,
You
hey,
can't
stop
bro,
him.
like, hey, hold on until we're done. Then it's like, when they're done, like, can I talk? And like, I
No,
get
but
it. I get it.
But if you're like, okay, can I talk? Like if you're asking, but
Yeah.
it sounds like he's like, can I
Well,
talk?
we
now?
don't know the context.
Yeah,
I
but,
mean, literally
like,
he just said, I actually
honestly-
like to
Well,
talk now.
I
follows
would
it
feel
kind of-
disrespected a little bit too if I was told like, I have
Like,
to
wait,
change my
yeah.
entire
Okay.
lifestyle in my household.
To be
like,
fair though, it is just a suggestion.
it is, but it seems honestly,
conversation.
No, it's
it's
fuck unnecessary.
hold on. It's said as a suggestion, but I feel
I
like
don't
it's
know, it's
more
just- it's in my
given
brain
as
right
like
now.
a
That's
demand.
fair.
Like the way that it's coming off, it's like, oh, we're gonna word it as a suggestion, but like you really need to start doing these things
fair.
to make me more
Especially-
comfortable.
Especially with like already the precedent of like the wife kind of being on their side, it feels very
Right,
much
it
like
feels
the 3v1
kind of like the dad's
like,
on his
Yeah,
own little
I-
island.
I am going to put a little bit in there before we finish. The son's a little bit of an asshole. If
Oh,
he did
for
not
sure.
prep his own girlfriend
That
for how their
too.
household is.
yeah.
Because like if you've
Yeah.
been dating someone and like that's happening,
Yeah.
then you should be
Yeah.
like, hey, by the way, I know you're vegan.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of meat.
Yeah. We hunt.
My dad hunts.
well, not we hunt. but
and
yeah.
I know your
Yeah.
parents are alcoholics, and that's traumatic for you. My dad drinks a
Dad
beer with every
drinks,
meal.
yeah.
Sorry.
Every once in a while, like to throw a brewski back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He likes to imbibe, as
Yeah.
she said.
But yes,
Imbibe.
I'd be saying this.
Really?
That's what I hate the most about this entire story.
Yeah.
Imbibe, the word imbibe.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yo, bougie ass.
Facts. Talking about
Damn. Brother, not allowed to use
fake
vocab
ass,
words?
fake ass,
No.
fake ass
Your face.
VFA lover. All
All
right,
right, bro.
this guy.
Okay.
He ain't used another $10 word since. That's all I'm saying. I told them that my answer to all of their suggestions is no. I told them that I
Damn.
appreciate
Well,
Liv's
that's-
offer to. That's why I said like the.
Yeah, so that's a
with
little.
that, like,
yeah.
the beginning,
Yeah.
it's like,
Hey,
it's
can I
like,
speak
all right.
now?
No.
Take it all into consideration? No.
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay.
hold on. You kind of eating though.
I told them that I appreciate Liv's offer to cook for us, and she's free to cook a few vegan meals for us during the week if she wants.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
But
fair,
we
fair.
are not going to completely change our diets for one person.
Understandable.
But as far
understandable.
as their other suggestions, not happening.
Understandable.
My wife spoke up and said maybe it wouldn't hurt to try the suggestions for a little bit and see how things go. She said it's only 6 weeks and
Fair.
changing our lifestyles a little bit for a short period wouldn't kill us.
Right,
I feel like
but
the mom. I feel like the mom is
fair,
like,
but-
it's our son's like girlfriend that he's trying
no,
to bring
because
home.
it
so let's
starts like
cater.
that. That's
I know.
how it
That's
starts.
what I'm saying. Though.
Right.
That's
It's
the
like-
vibe I'm getting. It's like
right.
you gotta be
No,
nice.
because Alex was trying to justify it there for a second. He's like,
I'm like, it feels. I'm on the fence. It's
right,
weird.
but see, like that's where it starts. You start making these changes, you start making these adjustments, you start letting things slide, you change who you are,
Yeah, yo, Kurt,
and then
next thing you know, she living there for real, for
right?
real.
It's set in stone. She's living there.
She's
They're
dad in the
both living
household.
there. She's the one
Damn,
that's like
huh?
cooking all the vegan meals. They're no longer hunting, And then it's like, it's already 3v1 right now. So it's going to be even more 3v1 because the wife is going to be on the son's side. And the wife's not going to, like, it's already like the wife isn't really taking the husband's side. Like, she's not really seeing it. She's more so like, oh, well, like, like, yes, suggesting trying it, absolutely.
Yeah,
I would be open to that. I would be open to trying the meals. I'd be open to, if it's really making her physically uncomfortable, I would remove the statues if that's making her uncomfortable. But where I would draw the line is I wouldn't be told that I need to go sit in a corner or have my bag or go into another room and drink a beer. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, wait, no,
that's
and I don't even like beer.
Right, and like, but that's where I would draw the line and be like, no, you're not gonna tell me that I have to go, like, especially, and I stand on this even more now, if neither the son nor the girlfriend are contributing anything to the household.
True.
Also true.
If they're like,
because if they're not contributing diddly squats,
it's tough
then they get
really
diddly squat per se.
True.
Yeah.
I do think it definitely should be like a meet in the middle as opposed to like the husband making all the concessions.
And that's not just like contributing financially. I'm talking about like picking up in the household,
helping
with the kids, doing the dishes, like anything in the household.
I imagine they do that.
But how do you know?
Don't contribute.
Yeah.
But
we don't know anything.
You don't know
that's
how
what
he
I'm saying.
said.
Like, I would be even more upset and more in my own like.
I'm not. I'm assuming they help with chores, but they probably don't contribute monetarily though.
You don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like I know they're saying it as a suggestion, but it's giving as a demand. Like that's how I would feel, and that's kind of how I take it. It's like I'm being told like I need to change these things and I need to do it how you want it because it makes you uncomfortable. But it's like, what about me? What if being in a room drinking by myself makes me uncomfortable?
Yeah.
What if being told that I have to like do something that I want to do somewhere makes me uncomfortable? What if being told that like I have to change my entire life makes me uncomfortable? Nobody gives a fuck. They don't care. It's like, I get it. It's 6 weeks. And like, yes, there can be compromises that can be made. Like you can meet in the middle. It's not like you can't meet in the middle, but
like
it kind of feels like, it kind of feels like nobody wants to compromise anywhere. And it's like, you have all these people where like, it is 3v1. The husband's over here and the wife and the son, daughter or girlfriend are over here. And it's like, that's now going to cause issues potentially within the husband and wife.
True.
It's crazy.
3v like 10. Them versus me in amounts.
I told all three of them that if they want to change the way they live, they're free to do so.
Talk about it.
But they are not going to force me to change the way I live in my own home for a temporary guest.
Talk about it.
I told them if that means I cook separate meals for myself, so be it.
I respect it.
But the mounts stay, and if I want a beer or a glass of wine, I'm going to have one. All three of them think I'm being unreasonable and that they aren't asking too much of me for a short period of time.
Yeah, like you said earlier, it's like pull up to a hotel, be like, "Hey, actually, matter of fact, do you mind changing the paint in here?" It's like, what are you talking about?
Actually, like, I don't like the red. It's too harsh. She needs to paint it blue.
That's the end.
Yeah, it's the end.
Okay, I just want to make sure. My final thought I'll go more once we discuss it. I'm gonna say he's not completely the asshole. Something. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna say no because he did say he was gonna allow some things, but not everything.
Yeah.
Well.
He compromised,
Kind
it
of.
seems like, on the food.
Well, he doesn't
slowly.
have. The thing is, he doesn't have to switch to having vegan meals.
But the two things that I think were probably more important were the two things where he's just straight up no on.
Yeah, but I don't think he's an asshole for wanting to drink at an
nor do I think
he's an asshole
I'm
for
not necessarily saying he's an asshole for it. I'm just saying he's not exactly like compromising, so to speak.
He doesn't have to though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying you're giving him the credit for compromising, but I'm saying he's not exactly compromising.
Okay, fine.
But
I'll
when
remove
it
that
comes
part.
to
But
the
I'll say he's
food
not an
in a
asshole
way,
for
'cause
not
he's-
wanting to do those two
Sorry,
things.
I'm talking over him. My bad.
I'm done.
Sorry.
You're good.
But what I was going to say was he is compromising with the food because he's willing to either A, make separate meals, or B, like try it out. Like he said he will try it out, but he's not going to completely convert. So he is being compromisable when it comes to that. Is he not being compromisable when it comes to the heads and the drinking? Yes. But do I think he needs to compromise for the drinking? No, absolutely not. That I feel
if
like
it's not a problem.
Right. As long as it's not excessive and it doesn't like turn him into somebody that like is more of a trigger, that's understandable. But if it's just the act of him simply just drinking something and her seeing that, that's ridiculous. Like he is fully valid and standing in how he feels. But I feel like where he could give a little more leeway is maybe removing some of the heads if they are excessive. That's where I feel like maybe he could give a little bit more compromise. Right, like he's already compromising with the food because he could have straight up been like, no, I'm not doing it. You're not doing it in my household. I'm not trying it.
Not the second part, but the first part of him being like, no, I'm not doing it. That's effectively what he said.
Right. That I don't think he should have said. He was probably in the wrong for
I'm
that.
not going to be eating vegan food. That's like effectively what he said.
I mean,
right.
Which is fine.
But like if he's willing to try it and he's open to trying it, then I would give him leeway in that sense. Because it sounded like he did say no at first and he said he wasn't trying it, but then it sounded like he's willing to try it a little bit. So it kind of feels like he's fighting that within himself.
I'll have a salad with a steak.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. Yeah. So it's like he's willing to try these meals that she makes, but he's also
that's 100% something that type of person would say.
It sounds like they're not willing to compromise at all. That they stay what they want.
Yeah.
And that they're not accepting anything but what they want.
Ultimately, if they're not the ones who like, if nothing actually happens, then like that in and of itself is like
sure, but this is all speculation, all conversation until something actually happens.
Right.
So when deciding who's more willing to compromise, it seems like he's making some compromises, not many, but some, and they're making none.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't seem like she's
going
willing
into a
to
new space
give.
expecting people to change for her.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
but
like she could compromise and be like, hey, you know what? The heads can stay. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is like that stuff is since he's like the final arbiter of what's going on.
Sure.
That stuff is staying the way it is. So in a way, it's like a forced
compromise. I don't know if
in
he's the final arbiter because it sounds like no one's supporting him. They might just
also true.
do
I
it
mean, no
anyway.
I mean,
no one took the heads.
Yeah,
down,
but
exactly.
it
can still stay up. You know,
no
one's
he's still
forcing
gonna
it.
drink, so he's still gonna do all
they
that
could
stuff.
they could cause a fucking coup and his mom
and tie him up.
Honestly, he could come home and everything would be gone.
6 weeks, bring him vegan meals.
I wouldn't
meals
be
and then feed him beers
surprised
every now and
point,
again.
no.
if like the wife and the son like sort of like start changing things subtly anyway, just because they're like, all right, he's not listening, but I don't really care. We feel like we want to respect her more than we want to respect
but that is a lot of speculation.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been doing.
This is
actually happening.
No, the thing is, it feels like whatever we speculate in a somewhat positive direction, that's not okay. But when we speculate in a negative direction, that's fine.
What was the positive speculation?
Of like early, I forgot what I was saying.
You said like, because I said that.
Oh, like them like contributing to like household chores, but probably not.
Yeah, and I was like, we don't know that for sure.
It's like,
I said that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't.
But I'm saying like we seem to not be willing to give any charity on the other side. But full charity.
Well, because my thing is like I want someone to feel comfortable in my home, but at the same time, me being a guest in someone else's home, I understand that it's not.
Right.
They're not going to live to my expectations or my lifestyle, and if it's temporary, like even if it's longer, even more than 6 weeks, like I would personally feel like I can't. I won't say I don't have a say, but in a sense, I don't. Like it's me intruding on their life. They should still be able to live and function how they normally do, while me being in the house. And if I have my own needs and things that I want, like as long as they support me, they're not going to kill me for only eating vegan stuff. They're not going to be assholes. Like if he was like, oh, there she goes eating that grass again. Like he's just if he's being an asshole, then yes. But like if he's like, hey, you have your food, I'm gonna have mine. We're good. We can still chill and have a nice dinner at the table. The heads thing, I really don't care about. Like I don't hunt. If people hunt, I don't care. I'm not really fond of animals being killed, but that doesn't mean that like just because I'm in someone's home, like her granddad has a deer in the living room. I'm not gonna tell him take that down.
Like a whole deer.
No, sorry, no. It's the deer head.
No, it's like it's been like the
deer. It's like holy shit.
Yeah, it's massive.
He goes next to the
though.
recliner, so you just like
little
pet him as you're watching TV.
Yeah, no, but that thing is huge. Like it's massive. But like I get why somebody would be uncomfortable around it because like it has its eyes open, it's staring at you. Yeah, like that's
why I'm sure it
uncomfortable.
bothers her.
But I wouldn't ever tell him like you need to remove it because it makes me uncomfortable. For me, I avert my eyes. I make the adjustment. I'm like, I'm just gonna.
And the drinking thing, I get like her parents are alcoholics. I get that probably bothers her, but she also has to understand that this situation isn't the same situation as her household. And to bring in and project that's on her. She should be able to look at it and be like, hey, he's having a beer. His behavior hasn't changed. He's not doing it. If he was acting a little weird, she should talk to her boyfriend about it and be like, hey, like is he normally like this? Like, I'm uncomfortable.
These
That's
damn
fine.
vegans, making me eat the grass.
But if he's just having a beer or two, he's having a beer or two.
Like that's the kind of guy that says that, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know.
I
I guess it's his side, so we don't know that. But like,
but it also kind of feels like they're all the adjustments that the husband needs to make. Like it's nothing that the wife needs to change. Like she has no. Well, yeah, but like it mainly feels like it's not a tax, I would say, but like it mainly feels like it's like you're poking the bear of the husband. Like you're kind of like
he straight up said in the beginning, like they all seem to like all the problems are with me. Apparently.
Yeah, and it's like at that point you're like, wow, like why does everybody have an issue with me? Why are they all like coming at me like that? It's like what the fuck? Like I would feel upset too.
Yeah.
Especially if this is somebody that's brand new, just coming in. Like we don't know how long the son and the girlfriend have been together. We don't know what their relationship is like. Like we don't know if this is the first time she's around the parents or if this is like behavior that she's exhibited before or like what's going on. So there's a lot of factors there that I feel like we need more information on. But just from the story, it kind of feels like they're pushing the husband a little bit.
Yeah, and the other
it's
half
like,
is too young to really give a say.
and it's like
true.
the kids,
like,
where I think it was wrong, where I think she may have overstepped was mentioning the children. I don't think that she should have mentioned the children when it comes to drinking because like those are his kids. I'm assuming, again, I don't know. I'm assuming she's not a parent, so I don't think it's right for her to comment like, oh, you shouldn't be drinking a beer or a wine around your kids, especially if he hasn't shown irresponsible behavior. I think that is where like maybe his anger is coming from because it's like, oh, you mentioned my kids, now I'm on attack mode because like you didn't need to bring them up.
I wouldn't give him that much.
Not like that, but like that's how I would look at it as like I would be more apt to like being mad and responding.
Down, buddy. Okay, it's not.
No, but I'm just saying like I would be in my brain I would hear that and those would be the words that I'd be stuck on and I'd be like, oh, like I would have an attitude about anything else that comes out of your mouth.
I understand that for sure, but you also have to on his end understand that the only reason she's saying that is because it comes from
right. No,
because it comes
yeah.
from like a trauma response.
Right, which I 100%
so like her
get.
making like a demand on it, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But
Right.
her like just simply like
if it was like a concern,
that the kids are around.
Right, but
just,
the way
like,
that it's coming off, it doesn't like I feel like I'm looking at it from his perspective, I think, and I feel like the way that he sees it doesn't come off as a concern, it comes off as a jab.
Yeah.
Because like there's all these other things that are happening and like now you want to throw the kids in, so it's like you're already doing these things that are like not upsetting him, but like upsetting him in a way, I guess. So it's like you mentioned the kids, now that's going to be like another thing that upsets him. So I feel like that's kind of why he's also more so like, no, I'm not doing anything. Like he's kind of just digging his heels in.
Yeah. I felt one.
Say anything for I was like,
I feel like there's no way
like
to like bring up somebody's kids in that kind of situation without it being like slightly uncomfortable.
Right. That's why I feel like you don't mention them at all.
No, you're right.
Like,
Well, that's probably where the trauma stems from, and that's probably why she brought that up as like a detail. Of like, oh, drinking around the kids makes me feel uncomfortable. That's what I imagine the conversation was.
But I think like in that sense,
sorry.
I feel like in that sense, then maybe like it should have been worded a little better, or like she would have said like because of this. Like I don't know. Like for me, I feel like it needs like that sentence. I feel like needs a little more. Like I feel like that's not enough of a sentence, and I feel like the way that it was worded.
I guess to be fair, he didn't provide what.
Right, and that could also be it too.
Yeah.
Is that like he summarized it?
True.
Yeah, because if she added more to that and said more to that, then that's different. But like with the way that he summarized it and the way that he's relaying it, like then it's like it feels like you need more to that sentence than what is given.
Yeah.
Because I took it in my head very much as like you
shouldn't drink around your kids.
No, not
You're responsible for drinking
not
around.
necessarily that, but when she like talked to him was like like you drinking makes me uncomfortable and like think about like how it affects the kids kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's like, well, you don't know my relationship with my kids.
Yeah, you
so
don't
that's
know
not something you should even
right.
speak on.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
it
like
kind
that.
of it's like it's a sticky situation right there. Like I feel like maybe not mentioning anything about kids may have made it a slightly better, but I think like by mentioning kids, that kind of made him want to dig his heels in more.
The way he structures the sentence, he says, this is triggering for Liv to see a parent drinking with the kids around. It could be a thing that the son told him that.
Oh.
But then
maybe.
that too, like if the son has these feelings about that, then that also makes you...
You were onto something earlier. I think the real asshole in this is the son. For not communicating to his girlfriend, for not communicating to his parents, for not trying to like mediate any sort of like
not like
expectations.
truly being an
Because
arbiter.
here's my thing is, Is this the first time she's meeting his parents?
Probably. I think
Because
so.
if she has before, you would think that she would know,
like kind of how they
act. Like if you had like, hey,
but that's what I said. I'm like, we don't know any of the history with them. Like, is it, you know, because that's a lot. Like the first time you're meeting them, you move in with them. Like that's a big fucking adjustment. Like whether it be for 6 weeks.
You know, you gotta adapt.
Homie's gotta be on his game. He is not on his game. He's letting it rock. He's like, hey, fight it out.
No, he's on his girlfriend's side.
Well,
that's why he sat down. He's like,
he's fighting it out, and he's like, hey, no, I'm on her side, but handle that.
Yeah, look,
but
basically,
I agree with her.
Like, I support
handle
her.
That.
I'm behind her, but like that's between you two.
Yeah. Like
But
he's not doing anything to help mitigate anything. He's just like, hey, fight it out. I agree with her.
Yeah.
That's it. Case solved.
Yeah, basically. I will say, I'm not telling anyone else how to feel, and like once again with like the trauma stuff, like how to react to those things. Me personally, if I leave a very bad situation and somebody is willing to help me get into a better one, I'm not going like. If there are some things in this new environment that make me like slightly like seeing mounted heads, and be like, it is a million times better than anything I was dealing with before. I think I'm all set. I think I could, you know what I mean.
It's almost like for her perspective, it's a pick between which bad situation's better. Which in my opinion, one isn't really a bad situation, but to her it is. So if it's like, which one do you want to be with? Your alcoholic parents or a guy that just has deer heads and drinks a beer with his food and primarily eats meat?
But I will say, once again, I despite all this yakking and
hypotheticals
and talking about whatever, I don't think there is besides maybe like the sun, I don't think there's necessarily an asshole. I think I think
it's on a spectrum.
Yeah,
right?
like
Over
he could have handled it better. They could have handled it better.
The asshole spectrum. Okay, over here is the dad. Over here is everybody else. The it's like here. Like this is where the bar is. This is where the line is. Wait,
I'm having trouble
as
following
in like the
this.
bad, as in like because it's the asshole thing.
So the middle's the bad.
Middle's like the word. Yeah.
No, middle is neutral.
Oh.
Middle is
okay,
neutral.
so he's already on the asshole side.
Sorry, no. So the asshole. Sorry,
this is a wild.
I got to develop this graph.
Yeah.
It's like who's the asshole?
Who's
That's
more
the,
of the
that's
asshole?
that's
The
the
dad
asshole.
or everyone
the
else?
dad or the family or everybody
Yeah.
else. And the line is like here. I think
Like they're a little bit more the asshole.
they're a lot more the asshole.
Yeah.
Oh,
than he is.
I see. Okay.
They're a lot more the asshole than he is.
But like he's not.
But he's not perfect. He's not a perfect victim.
You're right.
But they're
Yeah.
certainly more an asshole.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think he's the asshole. Could he do some things different? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I do also feel like he's kind of.
If he expressed more understanding, I'd
Yeah.
be 100% more on his side.
Yeah.
But it's for me, it's the fact that he's very like.
He's also
like,
very
not
like
understanding of it.
Well,
And it's just
think
like no.
And I think it all stems from like the beginning when I was talking about it. Is that he also was like, hey, I don't know, I don't think it's a good idea. And his wife was like, yeah, cool, we're gonna do it anyways. And so he, I feel like he kind of, he kind of went in already with like, oh man, like I'm already, he wasn't going in with a clear mind.
And the wife are the asshole.
A little bit.
That's what someone said. Someone was
bit.
like, honestly, the real problem is the wife. And I'm like, I'm like. I think she could be better,
do some things,
but what I think
I think
she's
the
trying
problem
to
is
do,
the communication between the husband.
Also, I think she's trying to support her son.
Yeah,
That's what I said. He
fair.
said that she had. She said that he said that she had him young.
Yeah,
so
like
they probably have like
a
little bit more of a connection that way. So I think she's just trying to really be supportive
about this
of
old
him.
ass man I met.
Well, so I was like,
especially because it's for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
I can understand why she probably doesn't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, but it is still a decision that should have been jointly made.
Absolutely.
But for her just being like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna let it rock.
That's cool. You feel that way?
Yeah.
Hey, son, bring her in.
She's outside right now, actually. Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's how you feel? Well, then I got some bad news.
Yeah, basically. What the
I already
hell?
said yes.
Yeah. But
so yeah. Overall, the consensus on the thread is not the asshole for that one. But like I said, it's like for me, it's like here. It's like in this area.
Nah, I understand the graph now.
Yeah. I had to
like either side.
broken it up.
At first, I was like, so is he by default the asshole?
Yeah,
They're not. What's happening?
Yeah, it's
It's not a top and bottom graph. It's a side to side.
It's not. Yeah, and it's not like a middle point. Like
It's a dial moving left or right.
It's like
who's more of an asshole?
Yeah.
Maybe spectrum wasn't quite the correct word. But that's fine. And everyone in the comments is saying not the asshole. I don't even see like one person saying otherwise.
He's be like,
he's got the internet.
The internet's on my side.
I really don't like the framing though, and I think everyone here is going to disagree with me. I don't like the framing of, because somebody said like, your house, none of these issues that directly hurt her, so on and so forth. I don't.
That's somebody who doesn't understand mental health.
I understand it's your house.
Yeah.
I understand it's your house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I do think you should at least try to make efforts to provide a comfortable.
Oh yeah,
place
for sure. As a
somebody to
host,
live.
yeah.
That's what I said. You should be nice to the guests.
Them making demands on the other
changing
side
your
is
lifestyle,
also wrong. I just don't like the whole like it's your house, so you should be able to chuck her out the fucking window.
If you want to beat them, then you can do
exactly. Yeah. If you want to make your kids drink, you could do that.
Technically, you can. It's like you shouldn't. But you can.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah, that's
It's like yeah.
I'm a brewski with it.
Is there anything else anybody wanted to say about that?
I'm hungry.
I like the king of the castle thing should be taken like with a very like large grain of salt. Like it's like it's my house, and like this is like a place that I molded to be like to fit my lifestyle. Yes, but to be like anything I say goes is crazy.
Yeah, like, sorry, that's not how that works.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about attitude, approach, communication, and kindness. That's how I go about my life. So yeah, any other closing statements about that one?
Nah, I'm ready for a steak. No, okay.
Ready for a steak.
I
actually got a hunting trip planned right now.
Well, that will conclude this week's episode of the Dubois Podcast. I hope you all enjoyed. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, because we're old, so we still have Facebook. So yeah, go ahead, follow us all those places, and Twitter. I don't think I said that one.
Nope.
Did I say Twitter?
I thought you did, but maybe
Twitter as well. No,
we're not
I'll
calling
forever.
it that.
I won't dead name any person, but Twitter I will dead name until I die, and that's what I'm standing on that. Anyways, enough negativity. Damn it.
Yo, we're gonna go get some really good food.
Yeah. Join us next week when we see you then.
At the restaurant.
But for now, we are
the
boys and cut.
There it is.
Fade to black as the volume also slowly goes down. My chopper go dumb. I call it special ed.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm gonna put holes in you. I'm gonna use my special lead.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
Who is he?
What was that for the quick 16?
Ooh.
Facts, dude.
Sean's girl is an honor student. She gave me special head.
There it is.
Anyway.
Keep talking to me crazy. You
brain's
go
so
into
smart.
special dead.
Oh man, I was gonna say that brain's so smart they call her special ed.
Yeah.